slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, listen fast, slow, speaking fast. I'm sarcastic, I'm all relaxed, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
The following is a presentation of Mr. X News Network.
Objection! I said I didn't do nothing! The following is a presentation of Mr. X News Network.
Oh, forgot I was on. It's Mr. X News Network, and I got the orange-green glob here. And unfortunately, that didn't work out very well. I got this. Let's see where it's at. Here you go. At a thrift store this weekend. Hold on, let me get a drink real quick if I could. Monkey, bring this hat down. All right, so I guess this is not going to work, this sign. It's too bright like the other one, Dana. Dana Nicole, if you're still out there. So let me take this. Let's see here. Which one is it? Fuck! I got to figure it out. I got to come off camera. It's this one. Okay, so I can do it in real time here. We're live here on XNN. Here we go. Ready? Mr. X is a success. No, I think I'm not a success though with these neon lights here. I think I'm 1 out of 3 so far, but I ended up switching out the other one that Dana got me, and I will go ahead and turn this down as well. Oh my God, what a bunch of shenanigans. So I can do this. I got all my lights. I can control them. Here we go. Hold on. Okay. Where the fuck is it? Ah! There we go. Oh, I got a sprain in my arm. Okay, much better. All right, we're live here on Mr. X News Network. It is, I was about to say it's Friday. No, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's Mr. X. We're over here now. And there's a lot to talk about, a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, I met some special friends. The Mr. X was at the Orange County Fair. But Mr. X, you've been to all these different fairs, the LAPD Fair, Pacific Division, LA County Fair, and now the Orange County Fair. And you've already shown this twice. There are the new friends of the Mr. X. Look at them. Look at them getting in on the nipple. Very cute. Close friends of the Mr. X. Mr. X did not get to pet one of those piglets, but I got very close. Now, let's say hello to some people. Starting off with 239 here. Sounds good to me. Mean Green is here. Tracy, what's up? Kathy Finnegan is here. Barbara Buffalo. We saw Gen X earlier. At the end of the show, here's what I'm going to do. There's been some questions and about this and that, and I'm not saying it was by Gen X, but people were asking the Mr. X, Texas Granny's getting too much power and she's blocking and this and that. That's not the case. Gen X has never been blocked. Her and I talked about it before the show. I blocked Eric Foss before I ever returned to YouTube kind of full time here. So that was me. I did that. Nobody else. And Johnny's here. How you doing is here. So, I mean, I've done this before in the past. I'll go ahead and show you my YouTube block list. I have no problem doing that. Just remind me. Well, I got it in my notes, so I'm not going to forget it. If you are ever thinking that you're blocked, and I probably could speak for Johnny, but Johnny could speak for himself because he's in the chat, and you're a friend of the show, or you were on the OTT or something like that, you could always call me, especially off the air, and say, Mr. X, maybe I was blocked by somebody. Maybe I'm just having computer problems. I don't know. If you call me, we'll figure it out. Errors happen, things happen. But anybody who's like been a major part of the OTT is not blocked. And I'm talking about like subscribers and people who chatted a lot. A lot of the haters were pre-blocked before I ever came back, or just people I have no interest in associating with. So that's the case there. Nobody's going rogue. I did ask Texas Granny, Barbara Buffalo, and Rainbow Melon. All of them are moderators here. I heard somebody was saying that, Rainbow Melon's thrown out of places. No, Rainbow Melon is still here. She's welcome to be here. She's a moderator. I mean, nothing's changed there. But you could always call me. And maybe, I don't know, Johnny could speak for himself, but you could call Johnny probably too. It's not like his number isn't public. And say, hey, what's going on? Am I blocked? I'm assuming you could probably do that. But nobody over here is blocking anybody like that. Let me get over here to the left. I like being completely in the middle. Yeah, like that. There we go. Much better. I feel better. This feels like, with all these neon signs, what's that movie called? Blade Runner. Can't turn them on because the camera up here isn't fast enough to capture them. But anyway, So yeah, always feel free to contact me. Everybody knows the Mr. X email address is mrxisnotlooseScunt@gmail.com. Now, if I could find it, where's that? I gotta find it. That's not it. Blue Diamond's not on the phone. So I don't block people willy-nilly like that. It's got to be a pretty big ordeal. One of the things that I asked the moderators, there's the email address. You could email or you could call if you ever think that you're blocked. You know, I don't want people like Dale C over here. I'm just not interested. I'm good. I don't even think Betty Hayward's blocked over here. So, it just is what it is. I've just asked the moderators, if there's a mistake, mistakes happen. I don't get on the phone and scream at anybody. If a mistake happens, we'll figure it out next show. We figure it out in real time if it's possible. If anybody comes in the chat and promotes another show that isn't a friend of ours, well, they're gone. Now, things have happened. Like, I think one time Tingleboo's made a mistake and did it. Like, look, somebody's live. She's a friend of the show. We understand things could happen. But, like, if it's somebody we don't know, just get rid of them. That's what I told Texas Granny and them. So just get rid of them. So, things happen, and we'll go from there. Ken Nickerson says, I got Blade Runner on VHS. I like the new version of Blade Runner that's a little less confusing, that has the voiceovers. I was thinking about this, Ken. There were 3 movies that came out in the span of 3 weeks. This is fucking crazy. Shows how bad movies are today comparatively to what they were in the past. E.T. came out. Tough to beat that one as far as goes to like box office business, right? And then if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks later on the same weekend, Blade Runner. So these are 3 weeks apart. E.T., 1 week off, and then opening the next weekend, which would be 2 weekends after that, The Thing and Blade Runner. 3 all-time classics within 3 weeks. I mean, that's tough. That's real tough. And then E.T. just obviously gobbled them all up at the box office. Of those 3, I believe The Thing is the best movie. It's the ultimate horror movie classic. And I think it stands up way better. I don't know. I mean, I can understand people liking the sci-fi and, Blade Runner, but then the E.T. is also a classic. It's tough, man. Just for my personal tastes, of those 3, the rewatch for me is going to go to The Thing. So anyway, Jaws and Spaceballs. Yeah, I mean, well, speaking of that, we're going to get into that later. Spaceballs. Rick Morantis was at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, along with a slew of other people. So Shark Hitter's here. I'm glad Shark Hitter's here. Shark Hitter, listen, I didn't know about your show being live this morning. I only saw about the last 5 minutes of it. I like you. You're welcome here. I heard Jim is blocking people saying Jim is saying people's full names and saying all that kind of stuff. I just personally believe that Jim thought that I was going to go on your show and battle him back and forth. I didn't even know you were on. I went on here, and I was actually going to call Rainbow Melon and touch base with her about something. And then I saw, you might want to watch this live, and it was your show. I clicked it. I was like, oh, shit, Shark Hitter's got something going on. And I go up there, and I see it's screaming at Jim and Rainbow Melon back and forth. And I saw a couple of minutes of it, and I said real quick at the end of the show, I'll come up, but I don't want to come up and battle anybody. And I hear it's your first monetized show. Congratulations for that. You definitely deserve it. But let me just tell you this. This is a win-win for Jim. If I would never do anything to damage your show. And I'm not telling you who to have on your show or who not to have on your show. Whoever you want. But just hear me out on this, because this is going to sound bad. But just hear me out. Now, I'm just going to say this publicly, but you could have called me and I would have told you this on the phone too. Jim doesn't like your son. So either he could go on your show and trash everybody, or if you decide to, like, you just sat there while he was doxing people, if you kind of did what Johnny Yarborough did, he's going to trash you. Or if you just said, hey, Jim, listen, want to have you up here. You're welcome to be up here. I got no problem with you. But, if people are talking, I'm going to put you on mute. This is my show. if people are, then I'll put other people on mute, and it's, you can have an opportunity to talk. The minute you run your show like it's your show and don't let Jim just go off like Johnny did, I bet you money he attacks you. And he says horrible things about you. He says horrible things about your family. He's just waiting to do that. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Nobody from here is attacking you. We actually wish you the best. And if I had more of a lead time, and I'm certainly not going to battle people on your show, I'd have been happy to come over there. But it's up to you. Do what you got to do, man. I just want you you're always welcome over here. And you're a friend of the show, and you're even welcome to promote the show. Just know that, there's a lot of people recently in the last 5, and you know this, but I'm just going to say it publicly. There's a lot of people who are moderators of yours and moderators of mine that are public. Not, public as far as being in the chats a lot. They're not really public people. They're being doxxed, and they're not going to support you cash-wise if Jim is up there doxing me or doxing them. It's just, it's just common sense. So just, I don't know, do what, I'm the only person that would say this. Do what's best for you. Don't do what's best for me. Don't do what's best for Christine. Just do what's best for your show. And just remember that Jim does not have people that are giving money like he did before in the past, because he doxed them and trashed them all. So just be careful, man. And, and just realize if you say no, or you stand up for yourself, and, I didn't see the show, so I don't know if you did stand up for yourself or not, but, if he's a friend, because I give you an example. I popped up on Johnny's show the other day. I think it was yesterday. And I was at the fair, and it was on a members only show, but they were showing something. It might've been the celebration of life. I don't know what it was, but I wasn't going to be at the fair when they were doing something or reading some kind of a poem and say, look at this. And I'm walking around with a cell phone. Look at these little piglets. I had enough respect for them. It was hard to hear anyway, that I just popped down. And then I popped back up when I was in the parking lot, and PZ was finishing up something. And he said, can you hang on a second? I said, sure. And then I checked in real quick. I didn't shit all over PZ, make it about myself. Anyway, just be careful, and know that if the shit talking happens, if it does end up happening to you, it's not going to happen for very long. So we're here on Mr. X News Network. I'm thanking you guys again for joining me. I'm happy everybody's here. We got so many nice people here, and I'm so thankful for everybody being here. Well, there's PZ, there's Tracy, there's Johnny, there's Donkey Dick. Allie's in the house. We talked about Ken earlier. Of course, Texas Grandy, the moderators, everybody's here. If you're at work listening to Mr. X, we got some things to share with you. Yes, Mr. X went to another carnival, but I got some stuff to talk. It's just not just showing a carnival. I'm going to tell you the difference between the LA County one and the Orange County one that I went to yesterday, and something special that the Orange County one has that I've never seen out of a carnival before. Mean Green is also here. Mean Joe Green. That's right. Barbara Buffalo. Yes. Oh, my God. So I got to respond to something, too, real quick. I kind of want to just get the hater stuff out of the way, because, I don't want to talk about this at the end of the show because it's a real downer. Let me talk about it now and just kind of move on from it, because and then the haters could say I'm boring and all that shit. But let me address you real quick, Leanne. You want attention, you want me to address you. I got no problem addressing you. The reason you're blocked is because I don't want anything to do with you. You invited me on your show. I don't want to be on your show. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be around you, right? And here's the thing, Leanne. You're talking about rewriting a narrative or history. How could you discuss that history when you were never there? You weren't an OTT full access subscriber. You weren't all on those shows. You weren't there in the past, 10, 15 years ago. So how would you know more about the history than me? See, this is the difference between YouTube and people that are just shit talking. Go Panthers, maybe. They're going to be in the Hall of Fame game. We'll talk about that later. That's about 9 days away. You're talking a lot of trash, and you can't back up anything, Leanne. And let me just say this. I'll go ahead. I'll even do you the service of responding to you straight up. Here it is. come on, Marky. Don't start with your fan fiction again. Unblock me so I can tag you. You know, Leanne, I'm going to address you here and not in tags and posts. I never trashed Noodle Salad's son. This is her talking. My concern was pretty simple. An autistic young man being used as a prop, that's not drama. That's basic decency. I'd like to speak for Noodle Salad here that I think Noodle Salad as a mother would know more about her son than you know about her son and what her son can handle or not handle. No, you trashed Noodle Salad's son. He wasn't being used like a prop by me. That's for sure. I helped her, and I wasn't paid for it either. So your opinion of Noodle Salad using her son as a prop, that's your opinion, and it's not a fact. You tried to step into Jim's shoes as the big bad wolf of the story. But let's be honest. You're not a wolf. Never said I was. You're a coyote who wanted to be in the wrong forest and started howling at trees. You know, when I hear Leanne write like this, I have a feeling she would be like typing with 2 fingers and then just move it into Chat GPT and say, hey, Chat GPT, you know, I'm a semi-Riri. I have no college degree. I'm not a writing major like the Mr. X. You got a writing degree right over there. Chat GPT, Monkey and Chat GPT, please rewrite this to me so I don't sound like half a Riri. You know, I mean, that's probably what you did. The funniest part is your quest to destroy everybody else's credibility. Somehow you speed ran your own. I think maybe your Chat GPT screwed up. Maybe you made speed rail. You literally admitted you knew Jim better than anyone. Yeah, I did say that. You knew the scams, you knew the playbook, and yet surprised, you were still in the game, cashing in right alongside him until it finally bit you. See, that's where you're wrong, Leanne. And let me explain to you why. Sure, to an extent, that is true. I know the gamble to gamble, scam to scam. I do know that. But I also know, see, this is where you can't rewrite history because facts are facts. Thorium-230 controlled on the OTT Stripe, not Jim Terry. How many people out of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands transactions, was there ever a problem with when Mr. X was holding the ball when it came to accounting? 2. Joy Perry got pissed because she was terminated off the OTT. And in the terms of service, it gave a reason why she was terminated. She only lost a week. She tried to get her money back. She lost that one. There was one other gentleman towards the end, I can't remember his name, who sent in a super sticker of $50. 50. And what happened? He only meant to send in 5. Bang! It refunded him immediately, even at the expense of myself losing money to Stripe, losing money to the OTT. And he said, Mr. X, you're a stand-up guy. So just because somebody else might have been going on over here, doing whatever they've done in the past, I knew 2 things that would keep the OTT 100% legit and safe. Number 1, I control the billing. Jim's never had access to my company's Stripe account, ever. Never signed in. Number 2, I have E&O insurance. Makes sense? When there's a lawsuit, or if there was something wrong, if somebody said something wrong, in theory, or if they didn't and somebody just wanted to sue, guess what happens? Protection. Those were 2 major things that I did to protect myself against the scam to scam, gamble to gamble thing. Does that make sense? So that's not rewriting history. You can't state the facts because you're not part of the facts. How would you know proprietary information about businesses or thousands of transactions? Just because you have this feeling, and we found out down in San Diego that feelings don't work. You got to have facts. And we found out that you, Leanne, you're the one with all the judgments and liens. You're the one who scammed those companies. How many tens of thousands of dollars do you owe people currently? You and your daughter. So let's not talk about scams. Even Jim doesn't have judgments on him. Jim currently, to my knowledge, has nothing on him. Nothing. Somebody might claim that they're going to do something, but Jim does not have the liens that you have on you, Leanne, the judgments you have on you. That's a fact. So you can make up whatever you want, doesn't mean it's a fact. You literally admitted you knew, yada, yada, yada. Now you're live streaming trying to rewrite history. It's not rewriting history. I'm just stating facts. But the internet doesn't forget. It just waits. What does it wait for, Leanne? Malicious intent? You claiming you have an attorney you don't have? Call me whenever you want, or call me whatever you want. This, that, whatever helps you sleep at night. Leanne, listen, I don't really think about you that much, but I got no problem discussing you for 5 or 10 minutes to prove you wrong. You know why? Because I could prove you wrong here on the mic and in court, and I know that's a fact because you didn't have the balls to show up. If you would have showed up, or you would have countersued, you could have countersued. You could have came in and defended yourself. You lost, just like the people down south. But calling your own niece a bastard, hey, I can call people whatever they want. It's not verified of who that person is. There's a high probability, but I don't know that person. I don't know that person. I know this is going to sound crazy, and that's not any relative of mine, and I'm no fan of that person or whoever that person's mother is. I talked more to Betty Hayward today than I ever have to that person in that person's life. And if you want to talk about family or this or that or extended family, let's not forget about what your husband did to his sister and his niece. I mean, you could talk about whatever you want. Jim's right. There is no paperwork on that. I've never seen anything. He doesn't owe anybody any money from that. But there is a police report and there is body cam footage about what in a lawsuit that your husband, just like you, didn't have the courage to see all the way through of what he allegedly did. At least at the end of the day, you didn't drop an expose. You dropped a mirror. Leanne, the only mirror that's out there is the one that I just put on you. You're a no-show. You're a coward. You're a lowlife. And here's the thing. You're one of the few people out there that actually dislikes the Mr. X more than they dislike Jim. Fair enough. It's because I slaughtered you in court. It's because you got destroyed legally. And here's how I knew that I would win. Do you know that Jim said that he would pay for half of that, and he did pay for half of it? Do you know that? Do you know that Jim has a buddy who does, I guess, repossession or something like that? And he knew that process server. Jim called the process servers. He went through 3 or 4 of them. It's not rewriting history. It's facts. Jim talked about it. And he found out that lady who would record. So you couldn't lie about it, which you did. Your daughter was subserved. By the way, your daughter and your grandkids were on your shows and on live shows. Maybe they were Bob shows before the process service ever took place. On top of that, when that footage was shown, the grandchild was taken out. Why aren't you talking about the liens? That's not rewriting history. You can look it up. It's a fact. Why aren't you talking about the fact that the baby had no shoes on in 15-degree weather? That's a fact. Why aren't you talking about that you got sued and you didn't have the courage to show up? That's a fact. And then you say Mr. X wouldn't see the inside of a courtroom. Mr. X was there. I didn't see you around. That's a coward, Leanne. Keep having ChatGPT write things for you. And that's why people don't respect you. That's why you're a loser. That's why Bob wanted nothing to do with you. I mean, that's not made up. It's fucking ridiculous. 275, 280 live here on XNN. Now, is that fake too? Mr. X is such a piece of shit that nobody could ever really like him, right? Nobody would ever take his film and put it through a studio system. Sure. No, he would never sell thousands of books. Sure. He would never show up in a courtroom and wipe the floor with all you people. Sure. And when I say you people, I'm talking about haters. Mr. X is still showing up places. I was live this past weekend at the Orange County Fair, and I would have gone live, and I would have brought it up, but Johnny was doing his thing. I'm not blaming him. He didn't know that I was going to pop up, but I was going to pop up on that show and say, I'm here. And I have enough respect for Johnny. Got plenty of respect for Johnny and PZ that I didn't need to do that. And I was like, I'll just share that on XNM. Good enough for me. A lot of people love the Mr. X. That's right. Thank you, Allie. And here's one last thing that I'll say about this before I move on. And I've said this before, so don't pretend like this is a repeat, but I haven't said it like this. There's a lot of people over there on Jim's channel or other channels that I still like. Mr. X has never attacked any full access subscriber. Let's just say like Noodle Salad, because that's who we're talking about. That isn't over here. I talked about how much I liked her. She's not required to be here. We saw Gen X earlier and she said why she isn't in the chat. She's not required to be here. This isn't a church. This isn't I'm not demanding anything. I want them to be here because they want to be here. Now, if they're at work or they're doing something else, Cheryl DeTilio doesn't need to come up here and do anything crazy to prove that she likes me. It's not how I work. Only thing she wants to do is if she enjoys what I do, check it out. That's it. There's nothing else. I'll take a few dollars if you could. You know, if Dana Nicole gets busy at work and doesn't send any money, this isn't tithing. She doesn't owe that to me. How do you block the nicest person ever? So Gen X and, you know, people over there, Queen of Aussie and all those people, and there's not very many left, let's be honest. That's why Jim's last show, he had $35. That's not counting the 30 that he got to somebody that said goodbye forever. There's a lot of people over there that I like, and they're always welcome over here too. Bob, I mean, all those people are. If Bob popped in here right now, everybody's going to say hi to him and be nice to him. Nobody's going to shit talk him. Now, I'm not going to give him a wrench, but, you know, I already got enough mods. Jeremy M's in the house. So, you know, even when Rainbow Melon was over in Jim's chat before this blow up, and so was Eric Murphy, right? This is what I heard. I mean, what? Eric Murphy's like a grown man. Rainbow Melon, maybe not grown as much. They can go where they want. I'm talking about them because I like them and we know who they are and they've been around a long time. They can go over there. They can support who they want. I'm not their daddy. That's the difference. That's the major difference. But Shark Hitter, let me tell you, you've seen it with everybody else, man. You've seen it with everybody else. The only people I don't want here are people that were already blocked or already a problem in the past, like Snooks, for example. Just not interested. Now, if somebody that was in the past helped me in a tremendous way, even though I might not trust them, I would be okay with them being here. Like I talked to Betty Hayward for 45 minutes today. I don't 100% trust her, but I don't dislike her. And I believe that she would tell you that she didn't leave Jim's YouTube because of me. She came in here and chat. She's not going to get blocked. Why? Because she provided something, and I'm not going to say too much, that was a tremendous legal help to me. Make sense? And I'm sure it was a help to her too. So you have to go and do something pretty bad or just be a low-life piece of shit. You know, like, I saw the stuff with Rhonda Hauser and this and that. I don't dislike that woman. I know she said a lot of bad stuff about. I don't even know if I would be that mean to Sugar Plum. Even though I don't want her over here. That's just how I work, folks. I mean, that's it. Call me stupid, but I'm trying to be cool with everybody. Yeah. And Betty's doing okay. That's what I could tell you. I'm not going to tell you too much about her personal situation, but it sounds like she's happy and she's doing okay. You know, and I said stuff about her too. She said stuff about me. I said stuff about her. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to give away anything. I almost said something, but that's all I'm going to say. So, you know, there's so many people that talk so much different things about different. I'm about the positive things. You know, it's like Sam Hoger talked about the other day. noise and getting things done, or he worded it a different way. I mean, I spent half my morning, getting calls from people, of people trying to cause noise for me. Do you know that Jim contacted my attorney today and screamed at him? Not smart. Not smart. Very dumb. What's that going to get you? Dumb. And this guy, he don't represent me anymore. It's over. And the reason the attorney called me is because I was very curious with that petitioner, and I got to bring it up, filed new. And really the thing I wanted was the court minutes. We know what it is, and it's not going to work out very well. That's what I could say. That's it. I think it's going to be what it is. So I am live right now on XNN, and actually, I'm gonna see what's up. Hey, I'm live right now on XNN. You want me to bring you up? Okay. Well, we're live right now. It's Sam Hoger. What's up? You're live on the show.
Oh my goodness, twice as nice. This must be my lucky month.
That's right. You're on Friday. So, I said before you came up on the show on Friday, and this isn't planned to have you call in. I didn't know if you were watching, but I said that before you came on the 14-minute mark, that you did not want to put your Cash App up, and I suggested it, and I didn't know how much money you got, but my goal was to at least earn you enough money to get you a steak. The audience gave you 22. I gave you 28. You got to 50. You didn't even want the money, but that's it. So, I mean, that's what it is. And that's nothing to be, laughed at or shit talked or any of that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, I definitely did appreciate the generosity. I mean, I mean, they say the best gifts, and I don't know if this resonates with everybody, but the best gifts are the ones that you don't anticipate or expect. So, I mean, I really appreciate everybody who, it was so kind. Thank you guys so much for that. That was beyond. Thank you, Mark, as well, for bringing me on and adding to it as well. Thank you. That was, I mean, man, I made $50 an hour. I felt like a lawyer.
Yeah, that's pretty good money if you think about it. But, I look at it like this too. I'm glad that you called because I wanted to kind of get something straight. We talked about Megan Lewis, the casting director. And so I made a mistake on something that I said about her, and I wanted to clear it up. Megan Lewis, when we had the film Protocol New Orleans play at the Valley Film Festival, which I think you were actually at for. I think you were there. Either you were there for that or The Hero. I can't remember. But you were there. There was a lady who walked up to me and said, "Why are you and the girlfriend one not on NCIS New Orleans?" And I said, "Megan Lewis is really difficult to get in with." And she goes, "Why don't you just contact," I think it was Bluebird or Bluestein Kennedy Casting, which was the casting director above Megan Lewis. She was the locals casting director, and the main casting director, I think, was out of Warner Brothers here in Los Angeles. We submitted our So did you hear the story?
No, please finish.
So this is crazy. So, and I'll tell you the story. So we submitted with the film and that lady's information, who was also a casting director, above Megan Lewis. We were talking about this when you were on the show, and I forgot this part of the story. And my girlfriend was called in straight to what's called a callback, and I was told to do a taped audition. I didn't get it. When my girlfriend went and auditioned, the director was in the room, and she booked it. Because when the director's in the room, and it's not up to the casting director to push your tape forward, you got a better chance.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So that's what happened.
That's a straight shot.
That's it. Yep. So that's it. That's the story that I didn't get correct the last time. So what do you got? I got a ton of news and ton of things to go through. What's new?
Oh my goodness! I just got done teaching a wonderful class. I got these students of mine who are now looking to make a mark in the MMA world. As soon as they get some time off of work, I'm looking forward to seeing them actually get out on the scene and compete. So that's pretty exciting. I got a new song dropping about mixed martial arts. If anybody ever wants to listen to the music that I make, look up Diesel Walker, like Vin Diesel, Paul Walker. Think like Fast and the Furious. Both of their last names, Diesel Walker. And I went to school in Los Angeles, at the Los Angeles School of Songwriting.
Yep.
And I've been able to put together a couple pieces. And the next one I'm going to put out is one that I got to do with this amazing producer named Chris Strange here in Houston. He's part of the Flavor Cartel, and he put together some amazing work. I think anybody who's a boxing or MMA fan will love it.
All right, sounds good. All right, what else you got? I'm going to move on here. I got a few other things. I got to get to a bunch of stuff. I'm already 40 minutes in. I didn't even really started yet. What's up? Anything else?
Oh, man, that's pretty much it, man. Just getting ready to get back home. Got to get some rest, get up, and get after it again tomorrow.
Keep working, dude. Don't always check in. And then, there's some talk. Let's just not put too much out there. That I personally think you're loquacious enough. You have the personality to have your own show at some point. I would like to see it. I'd like to talk to you about that later in the week if you're around.
Man, you know what? We could be like the Justice League, we could be like the X-Men. You could be like Professor X.
That's right, Professor Mr. X. That's right.
I'll be I don't know, what X-Men does the audience think? I'd be like Cyclops, I guess.
I mean, anybody who fights for real has got to be Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Wolverine.
I think I'd give you that one. I mean, there's not too many people in this world that can walk around and say that they stepped in the octagon. I would say that would give you Wolverine automatically. Jesus.
I'll take Wolverine. I got to grow my hair out, though.
Got to grow the hair out and grow out the side stitch. All right, let me let you get out of here.
Oh, man. All right, mister.
All right, get out of here, dude. Here he is. That's Sam Hoger. I wasn't even expecting him to call in. That's a happy surprise. Well, I was going to get to that casting thing later on. I didn't expect it there. For people who didn't see last Friday's show, Sam Hoger, that's Sam Hoger who he fought in the UFC. Good guy. I've known him for 10 years, a friend of the Mr. X. Thank you so much. I subscribe to Sam. Oops, let me take this down real quick. He's got his hands in a lot of things. He's always doing something. Okay, let me bring this chat back up. I subscribe to Sam 302 here. I subscribe to Sam. He only has a few videos. I told Sam the other day. I said, "Listen, dude, I go on live Friday. I go on live Monday. I'm not looking to be on more shows. I'm very happy with just popping up on Johnny's shows on Wednesday, and if Johnny pops up over on the weekend, I'm around. I go to the gym too, but I think that there's some space there to pop on, and you have somebody completely new, that isn't already been jaded and already, I think that would be interesting, and it's a completely different audience. It could be some of this audience too, but I think it would be okay with it. And I wouldn't always be on his show, but I think it'd be, but it's a lot to stick to, do a show or two shows every week for years, who knows? Anyway, moving on here. I saw a video that I wanted to share. I like to share the cute. I like to share the ridiculous. It is Mr. X News Network after all. And I got a lot of things to share, including going to the Orange County Fair. But this is a favorite video of the Mr. X. This guy's driving, and I think his girlfriend or his wife, they lost their dog, and they're using the chip to find the dog.
He tracked him and said he was right here.
So they're
sure enough
tracking the dog, and they found out where he's at. They're tracking him. Look at him run. And then look, the dog knows he's bad. Look.
Buster, you're being a bad boy.
Look at him. He knows he's bad. He got caught. He tried to run away.
Get in the car right now. In the car.
He knew he was bad.
You got busted, Buster.
Look at him. He got busted. Buster got busted. That's not Buster Brandemus either. Buster Brandemus, by the way, I gave you a big response. I never heard from you ever again. But this Buster, he's got shame. He got tracked, and he got taken away. Well, the most important thing with that Buster is he's safe. Nobody tried to bite him. No coyote took him away, but he had a good time when he was out and about. I liked it. I wanted to share it. That's how you do fair use, by the way. San Diego Comic-Con is over. Big week this past weekend in San Diego. Tons of people there. I heard Rick Moranis is there. They released some kind of Spaceballs thing. It just seemed like Rick Moranis didn't want to be there. The Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, which Robert Downey Jr. is playing the Doomsday character, Dr. Doom or Dr. Death or whatever the fuck it is. Man, tons of A-list celebrities, including Johnny Depp, dressed as Scrooge, because he's going to be playing Scrooge, kind of in the old makeup. He was doing that live. But one of the things that I thought was cool, I like the Deadpool movies. I talked about the Deadpool movies. Ryan Reynolds showed up as Deadpool during that Marvel Doomsday Q&A, the Hall H everybody talks about, the giant hall that they had at the San Diego Comic-Con. And it's pretty amazing, the amount of celebrities, directors, big time. I've been to this many years, so it's not like this is anything new to the Mr. X, but trying to get into one of these giant halls like this, everybody's trying to grab this kind of video because this shit goes viral before you know it. So they're promoting the movie. There it is. Deadpool crashes Marvel's Doomsday panel. Robert Downey Jr.'s in the middle. He's holding his arm. He's all in black. He was Iron Man. He's playing this new variant, which is called Doomsday. And they're talking. They're yada, yada. They're getting through their shit. And then all of a sudden, somebody in the crowd asks a question. Look at all the fucking cell phones. And it's Ryan Reynolds dressed up doing the Deadpool character. I mean, there's so many people who are dressed as Deadpool, but...
I saw that you had your hand up, maybe.
Yeah. Can we get him a microphone?
So there he is. I mean, this is why people pay the money that they pay, because you get these little skits like this.
Huge fan. Look at that cast. Thank you. I'm not wearing the Doom mask over this mask because I didn't want to ruin the lines of my Canadian tuxedo.
So he goes on and does the character and does the bit for about 6 minutes. There, you saw the Mr. X had the San Diego Comic-Con pass. You can see he's got it on around him. But at the end, he asks if the film has wrapped. Is the film done filming? Because he wants to work on the new film. And they say the movie's over, and he gets sad.
Yeah, until they pry it out of our hands. So
no further questions. Happy Hogan, fetch the Audi. We're leaving.
He's very sad that he doesn't get a role in the new movie. He's giving a heart emoji, but look at how many fucking people are there. So pretty crazy. That some of the biggest stars in Hollywood are there and in character, and Johnny Depp, Ryan Reynolds, Robert Downey Jr., Oscar winners. It's pretty crazy. So a lot of these people that are out there are like, oh, that's gay. I mean, huh? What are you fucking talking about? And not all of it's comic book stuff. So, it's not gay. Look at how many people are there. There's more people in that hall than all the people combined that went to a Wheeling Miners game this year for the North Arena football. And there's probably more people that didn't get in that wanted to get in, because you got the biggest stars in the world there. But I saw that. I thought it was pretty funny. There's always some funny and fun stuff that comes out of there. We'll get to the super stickers, already 10 plus. And I know there were PayPals and Venmos as well. Obviously, I didn't attend this year, San Diego Comic-Con, but in the future, I'll go back. There's some point I will go back for sure. I don't know what it'll be. Maybe this next year I will go to WonderCon again. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will just go here in the chat and deal with our people and say thank you to some people first. I couldn't wear the turtleneck today, so forgive me. I'm not all blacked out. But, let's thank some people, and then I'll get on to something else, and I'll come off camera for a second. Tingle Blues at 2 a.m. for me. If I'm not here, have an amazing show, Mr. X. Thank you. 2 a.m. Now it's probably, 4 a.m. You're definitely sleeping. Rainbow Melon, there she is. Bang! I like her. Miss Texas. Bang! I like that more. $20. There she is. Texas Granny. Bang! This is like dueling banjos, but it's dueling cash apps. But, Miss Texas. We don't know Miss Texas, but we kind of know her. We know of her. We kind of know her. We kind of don't know her. She's not going to outbe done. We know outdone. Outbe done. Whatever. She's not going to be outdone. She comes back. But we also know Texas Granny. She's not going to be outdone. She comes back. Bang! Like I said, they're going back and forth. And then who else is this? Johnny Yarbrough. PZ and I are with you, Mr. X. So they agree with what I was saying earlier. And look, hey, she comes back again. Who is that? That's Miss Texas again. Look at her. And then a close personal friend of the Mr. X. Thank you, Miss Texas. Thank you, Texas Granny. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for a normal show. No screaming. Respect goes a long way. Can I do that? I'm kind of talking loud. Thank you, Shelly from North Carolina. I'm not yelling. Thank you, Shelly. Amen. Yeah, no, I'm not going to scream at anybody. That's just, I mean, I can, but, and speaking of screaming, this is going to get me to scream. Thank you, Texas Granny. Thank you. There it is. Now, Texas Granny, let me know if I missed anybody. They go back and forth on these super stickers. I don't know why, but I'll take what I could get. I'm broke. Robert Downey. Yeah, he's legit. Yeah, how you doing? He's legit. What's up? So, and also, here's another one. This one is Johnny Yarbrough super sticker. The money's flowing. I actually made that thing for him. So, Johnny Yarbrough, man, I'm going to show you, and this is right down the road from you, the Orange County Fair. There is a ton of things that you could do at that Orange County Fair, like for footage for the thing that we were talking about cutting, and I'm going to show you what I mean here in a second. So let me come off camera. Let me get a little organized here. I got some video. Whenever I do the video presentation part, I always come off camera so I could speak a little bit better, And this is no going away present. This is a legitimate Mr. X, you're the best. Oh, is Shark Tank gone, Ken? I didn't know that. Thank you, Dana Nicole. We're going to get to Dana Nicole. Rip Shark Tank. Shark Tank from Jackass or Shark Tank the show? Let me know. But we'll do it after we say to this woman, $50. That's Dana Nicole. She's a very nice woman. She's very kind. Dana Nicole had a first in her life recently. Wasn't a first sexual experience with a man. Wasn't the first sexual experience with a woman. Dana Nicole had her first ever banning from a YouTube channel. This is such a nice lady that she has gone this entire time being associated with the Mr. X, being loosely associated with Jim Terry, and still being so well loved that she's never been banned from any channel. Never. Until recently. She got banned. Not from here, though. Rip Shark Hitter. What happened to Shark Hitter? Is he okay? Oh, well, no, Shark Hitter's okay for me. I don't know. But let's not talk about Shark Hitter. Let's talk about this. Let's laugh about it. That's right. Thank you, Dana. Let's hope that some point Yamava gets, sportsbook. Then I'll have the problem. Actually, probably not, because it's too far away from me. But so I got some footage. I wanted to share it with you. I've been talking a lot. I'm trying to talk about things that are fun or funny or different. I got the hater stuff out of the way. I did this weekend the girlfriend one. A buddy of mine, I'll just call him DT Style. He's called in on the show before. He was going. This is the guy. He's a buddy of mine. He's a Vietnamese guy. Who's been in my films. He was the guy who was in the Tiffany Shepard scene, which I got news on that too, which somebody's been talking about the Mr. X on YouTube and responded to a video I made that's in a completely different group about the movie. That's crazy news. And the guy that I met, I'll just call him by his first name, Duke, was out there this weekend. I think it was Tonic and some other bands were there. And he went to go see the bands. This is the same guy that I met up with at the Pasadena Rose Bowl flea market or swap meet months and months and months and months ago. He was out there. So it was cool to see him at the Orange County Fair. Where's it at, Monkey? So I went to the Orange County Fair this weekend and I got footage and I got a 7-minute video, but I'm going to probably zip through it and probably even put some of it on mute. Bring it up, Monkey.
Smells good. We're ready to go. Tell me if it looks familiar. OC County Fair, not nearly as big.
So here's the thing. I'm going to put it on pause real quick. I was at the Orange County Fair this past weekend, and I believe that there is something going on with these fairs. There's something goofy going on with these fairs because the food is getting more and more ridiculous. Okay. But there's a good thing to it. Now, let me show it to you. So as we're moving around here, I mean, you see lemonade, you see corn. There were those corn on the cobs, yada, yada. No big deal. And this might be a little bit bouncy. It might not look very clean here. But I wanted to show this thing right here. I got there at about 4 p.m. Okay. And the Kool-Aid man, this is what I wanted to show right there. And Johnny, this would be a great video for you and PZ. The fair opens at 11 a.m. and it closes at 11 p.m. It's fucking hot as hell this past weekend, right? And they have a thing that's called the Taste of the Fair. You see it in the middle. It's got $5. This is something that they didn't have at the LA County Fair. Between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., all these different food vendors have, like, for $5, a taste of whatever they make. Okay? And after 5 p.m., when it starts getting crazy, that goes away. Now, what's the difference just between the Orange County Fair and the LA County Fair? Orange County Fair is a lot closer to PZ and Johnny and a lot closer to me. It's actually cheaper, but it's smaller. They do have some different rides. They have that Taste of the Fair. I couldn't get to everything that was at the LA County Fair. It was gigantic. Okay. I mean, maybe Florida State Fair is up there too, but it's probably one of the biggest fairs I ever had. I would say that the weather overall is better in Costa Mesa because it's closer to the water. There's definitely more of a higher end group. I hate to say that they put anybody down, but beer drinkers, granted I was there at 3 or 4 p.m., but and there were some rides that were similar too. Like that dark ride I went on was similar and also there. But that Taste of the Fair, Johnny and PZ, was phenomenal. And I can tell you that they have gotten really goofy with some of this food. Here's an example. Now, you see the video. Now, Monkey, bring that up. A turkey leg is a fair thing, but a turkey leg stuffed with macaroni and cheese? See that in the top left there? What the fuck is this? A turkey stuffed with macaroni and cheese. I mean, it's just gotten to a ridiculous point. Now, I just got something basic, like the big thing with the Fritos and all this. Like you get a thing like a Monkey, you get a thing of corn, and then like there's some butter. These photos never look as good as it looks like in person, but like something like that's $5. It's not huge. Now, that would be $11 if it was before 5. Corn, I think that's like that red stuff is like Frito-Lays or a hot Fritos like powder, and they put butter and like lemon juice in it. I tell you what, I've never had corn off the cob that was that good, and it didn't hurt my stomach. But Johnny, now this isn't for you because you had the stomach surgery, maybe for the PZ, maybe for some of the other, maybe for the Carlos. I don't know who would eat this, but it definitely wouldn't be me. Monkey, where's it at? Bring it up. A hot Cheetos, listen to this, Twinkies smash burger. This is a real fucking thing. I took a picture of this shit. Now look at the top. It's got like hot Cheetos on the top, and then the top of the bun, I got to get in the chat for this, has fucking a Twinkie. Your bun, look at Rainbow Mountain, yuck. What is going to be the reaction to this? Yep, no. 5,000 calories. I probably burned a lot of calories, Raven, walking around there. Texas Granny, not for me, but this is for the kids. The kids. I say like, not young kids, but maybe if like you're in 20, I don't know. Shelly from North Carolina, not for me. That's for you, Shelly. That's a nice haircut you got there. Smash burgers are nice on their own. I saw Wahlburgers there. A ticket for a heart attack. Yeah, I was like, I got to fucking get a picture of this. It was ridiculous, but like they have a smaller version of that, like the $5 version of that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's not a good idea. I mean, I didn't try that, but the corn was good. So let's get back to the video, Monkey. So, play it. There we go. That little train going by, I talked about that. And there's the QR code. I don't know if you could see it. Scan for the full menu. I'm sure it's online, but like every booth had their own Taste of the Fair or whatever. Okay. Let me take down this little chat thing from Ace's mama. That is Ace's mama was a big fan of the Sam Hoger. She was trying to get a phone number. She was looking for the sex. That's what I heard. I bet it was over $10. Ace's mama, this right here, if it's not before 5 p.m., is like $11.30. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. A soda is like, like a 20-ounce bottled soda. That's like $5, $5.60 or something. So that corn in that a soda for that, like a Diet Coke, $11, $18 to get in, $15 to park, but still less money than the LA County Fair. But the LA County Fair had way more shopping. By the way, Cutco also here. We'll get to that in a second. You see the Sky Ride was also there. For people who didn't see it, we talked about the LA County Fair when I was on the OTT and went to that several months ago. Gotta love the corn. Some guy almost hit me in a fucking wheelchair. That kind of stuff. But I was able to get, maybe because I was able to get to a lot more animals this time around because this one's not as big. And we'll skip ahead a little bit, kind of zipping through some stuff. I saw something too that was a sugar-coated, it was a piece of watermelon that kind of had, what are those things that get fruit roll-ups and like candy around a piece of watermelon? It's fucking weird. Like, I don't know. Back in the day, like it seemed like fair foods like hot dogs, hamburgers, maybe a funnel cake, candy apples, and cotton candy. Now they're just getting goofy with like stuff. You know what I mean? They're just making up food. Maybe some ice cream, super hot out there. I get it. We'll zip ahead a little bit. There was a lot of big bands, Snoop Dogg, Too Short's coming out there, and they all have their little thing on there that says, what is the $5 kind of before 5 treat of the day? It'll tell you like on their stand. Obviously the Texas style barbecue. Anybody who's been to Texas will like that. Mr. X likes that. So, anyway, walking taco. That's definitely a California thing. And I'm just skipping ahead here. So there was this other thing I wanted to share here. And this is what I was thinking about with Johnny. It was, how they had the thing that was the retro thing in LA County Fair. Well, they had one that was like in one of the pavilions that was like this VHS thing. It was called like VHS Rewind. And this looks familiar and similar, but it's not the same exhibit. Obviously, if you're in and around LA, there's going to be movie stuff. And this is like, I know this is running really rough here, but, there's artists there making those paintings that look like movie posters. But there were a lot of cool exhibits. And this obviously looks like a VHS store that were in this specific like movie exhibit. And I'll show you some of them as this zips through. I'm going to pause some of it. See that thing on the right there? It looks like a silhouette. You walk up close to it, and just like in movies, it has a silhouette. There is some footage of Mr. X in silhouette of that screen, like you see in movies, flexing and doing the Hogan poses and all that. That footage is not included here, but will be shown in some kind of opening at some other time. Now, to the left, you see backings like where they have like a giant sand dune. And if you put it far enough in the background, it just looks like a backing. And of course, the backing, if you see straight ahead, people are taking pictures of it from Gremlins. Remember Gremlins? Don't forget, Gremlins is a Christmas movie. And you could go in there, take a picture with Gizmo and Stripe. People were taking pictures. And then there was a little gremlin that popped out of the garbage or the mail. Remember the gremlins were in the mailbox? They popped out of there. But there were all kinds of exhibits and things that you could get pictures of, Johnny. The scenes, the backdrop. You see, like, so I got footage of the Mr. X in that, like the silhouette of that. That will be used at a later date. All kinds of crazy stuff. This was just in one pavilion. The Nosferatu exhibit. I guess Bad Bunny did some video that looked like Nosferatu, and they brought that exhibit there. Austin Powers. They had stuff from the movie The Hook. Backings from there. All kinds of stuff. Like I said, giant. There's from the Cable Guy. I think somebody painted that. They even had the forced perspective exhibits. There's the Cable Guy right there. One of my favorite movies. That's from Saturday Night Fever. The disco ball and the disco set. That's Drew Barrymore. And this was a cool shot here. Somebody goes inside the building, and then somebody stands on that box, and they have a forced perspective kind of picture that if you look through a box, it's like 20 feet to the right, it looks like somebody's hanging off the building. So you grab your buddy. I took a picture of my buddy with my arm out and sunglasses on, and like he's hanging from it. It looks like that because of the matte painting that's around it. Only just a small. So that's actually would be a pretty cool thing for PZ and Johnny to get a picture of. The forced perspective there. But Robin Williams, a lot of names over the years. My internet's running a little weird here. There's the artists redoing that. There's a guy painting, maybe that's a woman, you never know, on the left painting redoing the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and somebody doing the birds. This man in the front, like a full-on poster of the birds. They're like doing it from hand and painting it and drawing it. The Mr. X met Tippi Hedren back in the day. But I thought it was pretty cool, so I got some video of it, just showing it. There's Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me. I honestly think that the second one is better than the first one, and I like Goldmember too. I think the first one might be the weakest of the three. I think the second one's the best one. But you could take the picture like you're going back in the time machine for the Austin Powers and all that stuff. Pretty cool stuff there. There is a backdrop there that looks like a giant sand hill. I think it was from Kill Bill, if I'm not mistaken. But like if that's defocused, those backings are defocused, and you have the plants in front of you, and you put that behind you, it looks like you're there if you have the proper lighting. So, and they have QR codes. Obviously, nobody's shooting in LA anymore, so they're using it for other stuff. People are following around the Mr. X. You can put in your favorite movies in order. Dracula, don't forget the Mr. X visited the Bela Lugosi grave. There's a thing where you can choose your favorite top 10 movies and put them in order. They got all kinds of stuff, you know? So let's fast forward out of this. Monkey, get out of this. Spent a lot of time in there because it was a lot of fun in there. And there was even an arcade in there, too. So a lot of stuff. There's the poster for Hook in the back, the ship, the backing of that. And I'm trying to get through it here. There was a little thing here. I thought that this was interesting because the rides, Johnny, I mean, and you probably know this, are tickets. Like you can't walk up to a game or walk up to a ride and pay cash, except for this one. And they didn't have this at the LA County Fair that I saw of. This is $40 a person and $25 if you want the video of it. Now, I can't play the audio here because the audio is a famous song. I guess I could. I just get a warning. But this shit was pretty hardcore. Video. I'll play it pretty low. So you can figure out, like I'll just take that off. 40, there's two people here, $80. So one slingshot, if you want the video, well, $80 if you don't want the video. It's only about 20 seconds. And if you want the video, you're talking about $105. And that's on top of getting in the fair. So 5 tickets, I think, was $5. But every ride was like 6 tickets. It was like one more. Bang! There they went in the air. They're flying all over the place. There goes $80. That's more than I spent the whole weekend. 2 younger guys, too. Oh, I was sitting down, and it was so hot at this point, too. But these guys are just flying all in the air, Johnny. It's crazy. I thought they were going to puke on me. And then, of course, the Mr. X with the little final video of his new friends. They have a lot of animals here. The piglets getting close to the nipple. Mr. X likes the pigs, wanted to pet one, wanted to meet one, maybe that little pink one in the middle, but could not become friends with one. Was not close enough to one. This one on the back is getting left out of the nipple. He finds his way in there. But yes, I did get some footage of this as well. I really wanted to pet him. Didn't get the opportunity. But a lot of animals, a lot of stuff. So that's the video there from the LA Orange County Zoo. Johnny, you got to go, dude. I mean, I don't know what the signal would be like, but there's a lot of stuff. Differences, like I said, from Orange County and LA. The $5 bites thing. I showed the footage. The VHS exhibit and the 80s exhibit were a little bit different, but there was more shopping and more things to see at the LA County Fair. LA County Fair costs more and is further away from me, but like, for example, probably be closer to Dana Nicole. LA County's much bigger and there's much more to see. Orange County, a lot more poshy, closer to the beach. Weather's better. We saw some of the exact same rides, including the dark ride. LA County had this petting zoo. Petting zoo. OC County did not have the petting zoo. LA County, like I said, Orange County got packed real quick. LA County didn't feel like that. And there was weird food all over the place. There was one other little thing that I could show. I was thinking about coming up live during this, but I didn't. I'm going to stay off camera for this. A lot of people have heard about the Mr. X over the years. Talk about something called a milking table. It's something gross in porn where a dude's like on a. It's like women too. So this is not. It's like not a gay thing, although it probably came from the gay world. I'm assuming where like a dude is on a massage table, and when he's on the massage table, his penis is through the table, and there's a woman underneath the table. It's called a milking table. And so I'm walking through there, a fair, and this is at 6:12 p.m. And I ended up seeing not a milking table, but I mean, there's a lot of goofy people out there, but a real life milking station with the way that it's supposed to. Well, she's loud. It's with cows. And they bring in 2 cows there into this not milking table, but a milking station. It's in this Centennial barn there. I got some quick footage of it. I was going to go live, but I didn't have enough time. The families are there. The kids are there. And the cows come in. And if you see on the left, see all the milk bottles on the left? This is what I learned. I know this is just fascinating information, but 2 cows can give you 10 gallons of milk. So they milk 2 cows. Each cow will give you 5 gallons. So you can milk a cow twice a day. So 1 cow per day will give you 10 gallons. Now, people are saying, well, why were the cows so skinny? These are not cows that you eat. These are like milking cows, not milking table, not to get confused. So they brought them in, and I thought that this is interesting. I mean, I've probably been around cows in my life that have been milked before, but I haven't been recently. And they clean off the nipple. They put iodine. You see the man cleaning the nipple with the water in the bottom? And then, then they put iodine on it. So there's no, nobody gets sick, or if cows lay down in their own feces, they clean the nipple. There was some lady right behind me with like huge jugs. And I was thinking, I wonder if they could like put the extra one on her nipple and see if it would milk her or not. But, both the cows were in there, and then they have clear tubes and you could see it. Now, apparently it takes 45 minutes to milk a cow, but these things do it like in 15 minutes. So I got like 5 minutes of footage and then kind of got real bored. And then I wanted some corn. Even the kids were getting bored. But, hey, I didn't know a ton of stuff about cows, but I don't think I would want the job of milking cows all day. But I would try it. I would see if I could do it. But, once you see a cow with a suction cup on the nipple getting milked, once you've seen it for about 30 seconds, you pretty much seen it. And this lady was explaining it, and I'm like, yeah, I appreciate it. I don't need too much explanation. I don't need you to woman-splain milking a cow for me. Ken Nickerson says, I puke on raw milk. I bet. I would too. Gross. I can't drink milk because, Ken, I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're older than me, maybe younger. They were talking about the pressure that women or females get when they have to be milked. It could be a cow, it could be a woman, it could be a cat, it could be anybody. And then I guess they enjoy being milked because it relieves the pressure. But when you get to my age, Ken, I don't know if you're younger than me and older than me. It seems like most people around my age are a little bit older. You get lactose very easy. And I couldn't drink milk if I wanted. I could, I could drink milk, but then I'd get sick. I just get sick, and I'd probably have to go to the bathroom. It's called lactose intolerance. So there you go. All right, moving on here. Yeah, I don't know who this is, but let's just hope that Massive Stiffy is somebody who is a friend. So let's hope Teebster 007 with a cat is somebody who's a friend too. I think I know who that is. What's up? I won't say anything else. All right, we got through that. Oh my God. Orange County Fair, Johnny, it's worth it, dude. You got to check it out. I had a good time. I think you would have a good time. You're the closest one I know to it. But there's so much to see. And let me tell you this too. I don't want to see this chat here. And I think I know who you are, Teamster, but like I would prefer you not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what my goal is here. They might do that over there. I'd prefer not to do that over here. Don't block them, don't do anything, but it's like, that's not what, when I speak in facts. I don't make fun. It's just not how I do things. At least I try not to. So anyway, here we are back. And I got to mention this too. I got a lot of different little stories coming up here. I'm coming back up here on camera in a second. It's a buddy of mine who passed away. I would say buddy, but I wasn't ultra close with him. A guy named John Lachago. He did a low independent budget film. Maybe a couple $100,000 called Killjoy. And actually, he passed away this past weekend. I looked at my Facebook post, and I hadn't talked to him in probably a year or two. But he was a good visual effects guy. I think he was a martial artist. Well, I know he was. He was a judo guy, ironically. And he was doing martial arts at age 57 and passed away this weekend. It was hot out this weekend, and he was somewhere up in the valley. I had talked to him a bunch of times about martial arts and, visual effects, and met him, and, he's a filmmaker too. And, but it's just weird, here today, gone tomorrow. 57's really not that old, but he was out there, I think, trying to get to a black belt and just passed away. So, yeah, it's sad. It's not like, I'm close with him or I would go to a funeral. I like I said, last time I saw that I even spoke to him online was a couple years ago. But I was like, this guy, like, he's like, some of his independent films, I would say probably a little bit lower budget than mine, but he had made a lot over the years. And, you kind of gain friends that are in that area. But yeah, it's just sad, a good dude though. So yeah, don't be sorry for me. But I hadn't talked to him, like I said, probably in a year or two, but it's just too bad. John Lachago was his name. And a good dude, just a solid dude. But I guess that happens. Now somehow his family will get pranked. Go figure. It was too hot, obviously, to be practicing martial arts. And if you're in the San Fernando Valley, and if you're a pilot, apparently it's too hot to take off out of Las Vegas. It was 114 degrees in Las Vegas. The pilot said it was so hot the plane could not take off with the full weight. So they asked for 50 passengers, volunteers to volunteer to not board the plane or it wouldn't take off. But here's the crazy thing. And my hand would have, because I know where this is. I've flown, I think, I went out of this terminal, obviously Southwest, and out of this exact gate before. They were offering $1,500 vouchers for 50 people if they didn't fly. Are you fucking kidding me? I'd have taken that in a heartbeat. Here it is. Monkey?
On this aircraft, if we have an increase of our numbers, I can go ahead and put more passengers on. So anyone who wants to volunteer, please see the agent at D14. I will continue boarding, so...
$1,500 voucher. You got the Mr. X's attention. In fact, for a $1,500 voucher, I would just go fly back via JSX. I'd pay the $200 or $300. I'll pay $200 or $300 or $400 one way if I got a $1,500 voucher from Southwest. Like, that's 15 one-way flights these days around here. So I thought that was pretty crazy. I've never seen one that high. But I guess there's something to do with, like, when it's hotter out, the lift of an airplane, this is where Tennessee Gambler would usually call in, it's more difficult. Like, you get less of a runway the hotter it gets. And I tell you what, when you get to that top of the sky, and I've talked about this, or top of the hill in Las Vegas, it's bumpy. You do not want to fly out of Las Vegas if it's 115 degrees. I would rather just take the $1,500 voucher and just find the first flight at like 6 a.m. the next morning. Go to bed like at 7 p.m. and just wake up. Fuck that. Hot air is less dense. Yes, they're correct. From the aviator Donkey Dick. All right. One of my favorite stories of the week was, I like seeing people get deported. It's a new hobby of mine. Somebody that, outstays their welcome, and it is bad. If they're bad, they get taken away. Well, apparently, even if, especially when it's a rival team of the Pittsburgh Steelers, so if you are deported because you were on a rival team of the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is a double win for the Mr. X. Some guy who used to play for the Indianapolis Colts outstayed his visa and he got thrown out of here. Get out of my country. Former Indianapolis Colt player Daniel Adongo was deported by the U.S. Immigration and Customs, ICE, obviously, after he violated a previous order to leave the United States. According to Fox 39, a 37-year-old was deported by ICE officers in Chicago last month following a string of arrests and off-field issues after his NFL career. Listen, I can't even, this picture does not, you can't really see much, but, listen, if you're not supposed to be here and you're being bad, then it's time to go. It's time to get out of here. And, you know what? Yeah, I heard that. I think, no joking aside. Yeah, all joking aside. Yeah, I think he was deported to the Congo. I wouldn't want to go back there either. But then again, I heard the Congo is better than Indianapolis. Better than the Colts. Yeah. Oh, look at Rainbow Mountain just looking to deport anybody. Rainbow Mountain, I saw that they had some vendors at this Orange County Fair, and they had a bunch of like different pins. I have like that he/him pin. They had like ones of Trump, and then they had ones of Ronald Reagan. I was going to get like a Ronald Reagan pin just to piss people off. But, it's LA. I had a feeling that's like buying a Pittsburgh Steelers hat in a Dallas Cowboy stadium. Not very smart. You heard that too? Okay, good. What's going on in Latrobe, Mean Green? What's the word out of Latrobe? We need to talk about that soon. Johnny, there's a lot of people, I've talked about this before, that people learn things from television. They watch the man on the TV, they see the man on the TV. And I don't know if you know this, Johnny Yarbrough's favorite pro wrestler is Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns, he always says, acknowledge me. He wants to be acknowledged me. And then the crowd puts up their finger like this, like they acknowledge him as their tribal chief. The man on TV does it. And then look what happens. He says, bro's 2 months old and he already knows who runs WWE. He says, acknowledge me, and then watch what happens. The little baby acknowledges him. Like, he says, acknowledge me, and then you put up the one finger if you're in the crowd. Look what this baby learned. Look at that. Johnny acknowledged him at 2 months years old. That WWE is very powerful, Their TV will make kids bad. There you go. You can't make that shit up. I don't know if it's AI or not. You never know with this kind of stuff. But the little baby just acknowledged Roman Reigns. Good. Now acknowledge Mr. X. That's right. By the way, I haven't forgot about the Umi Hot Pot buffet thing. I probably could make like 10 or 15 buffet reviews, but this is what it looked like. Sooner or later, I put up the one about going to Thriftapalooza Monkey. There you go. And, I have a review of the Umi Hot Pot, but what I did is I didn't make it public. My goal is to take that buffet review that's for this great buffet in the City of Industry And there's the Mr. X signing autographs too. I'm going to put that up with some voiceovers. And every time I go to the buffet in the future, I'll talk about it on a show, but then I'll do a separate video where I talk about it again, but with like cleaner audio that anybody could watch. That maybe, you know, people want to watch it from here, but people who are in LA or people who go to these buffets all over the country or follow these kind of buffets, it's like a video. So like I'll kind of do it twice, but I haven't put it up because I'm going to do the voiceover for it. I haven't forgot about it. So I got it to do, but I got bogged down with some bullshit today. Now, there was some other news here. I know that Leanne says the Mr. X is a coyote or something. I don't know what the fuck she was talking about, but and we know that PZ has talked about the West Hollywood, but hey, this covers everything. Coyotes are now being bad, as they always are. And there was a giant construction site in West Hollywood. And coyotes are taking over this empty construction site, and they just moved in. And they're cute. I mean, they're not obviously bothering anybody. But here's what's happened. What the fuck is going on? Why is this thing going so slow? Residents of one West Side community are consistently dealing with four-legged neighbors, as the article says, in an abandoned building. Coyotes have all but moved into this abandoned building located on the corner of Ramon Street in North Spalding Avenue. The coyotes that are bad have taken over this abandoned building, and they're hungry, they're looking for food, and they're fucking up the neighborhood. That's right. That's how it works. There is the KTLA news. And, you know, the coyotes are sticking their nose in there, being bad. I'm not going to show the news thing because obviously I can't, because this is the OTT and not the OTT. And you can see things are pretty bad there. They're pooping everywhere. There they are hanging out in the construction site. But this is an abandoned construction site. So, you know, the coyotes have the run of the mill over here. You know, that guy definitely wasn't at the fair. And now the dogs are walking around the neighborhood and people are really scared. So this whole West Hollywood construction site is now just riddled with coyotes. Well, you shouldn't have left it abandoned. I'd rather have coyotes in there than have it like all graffitied up and have bums in there. I mean, that's just me. I mean, call me crazy. I don't know. That's what I prefer. I prefer not to have the bums in there. That's right. Oh, yeah, it's a construction site. Yeah. I mean, eventually, they attack dogs, but I mean, where are they going to go? That's what I say. Okay, I'm trying to get back in the chat. I'm running a bunch of different things at one time. NFL, man, it's not this Thursday, but next Thursday. We are so close to the NFL kicking off. The Hall of Fame game is this Thursday. It's the Cardinals versus the Panthers. I have a feeling those who have been upset by Jim or are pissed off at Jim, you will not be seeing Jim as much in about a month. So he will be online a lot less. It depends. If the overs are hitting, then you'll see him less. And if there's games on, you'll see him less. And it seems like there's NFL or college games on like every day of the week, except for like Tuesday and Wednesday. So, and then towards the end of the year, they're also on Tuesday and Wednesday. So, you know, that we're about what? Today's Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like 8 or 9 days away from the kickoff of the NFL preseason. It's already here. Thank God FIFA's over and all the, I mean, nobody gives a shit about Canadian football. Sorry, Adele, but going to try to have another special guest on Friday. It's a very interesting story about this man. He's an actor, somebody that Mr. X has worked with in Samurai Priest. It was said that Mr. X would not have anybody on his show from that. I already had in the past. I'll do it again this Friday, depending on his schedule. Not going to guarantee anything. But this guy's connection with Sylvester Stallone and the films that he's done and his connection with the Mr. X and all that kind of stuff. So something I'm working on for this Friday. This guy's not going to be probably as known as maybe Sam Hoger. Sam Hoger is Ultimate Fighter and this and that, but this guy's had a long career. I'm not trying to talk. He's more of kind of like a journeyman actor. I don't think you guys are going to know who he is, but he's a good actor. He's a nice guy. He's been in stunts. He's actually a martial artist too. Seems like everybody's a martial artist, but to get to the UFC, that's the highest level of martial arts. But I'm going to have him on, and his Sylvester Stallone tie is very interesting. We'll get to that Friday, but a guy who's always worked. Like journeyman is probably the wrong, probably working actor is probably a better way to put it. And just because he's not Johnny Depp doesn't mean he hasn't had a good career. So I'll preface it with that. And this time I might not even do a Cash App, but I think it would be something interesting, and something I'm interested too and interested in bringing. So let me come down off the live stream here real quick and kind of get in the chat and kind of organize. So now I'll tell you a little bit about the story about how this has to relate to Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone's first marriage, he was married to a woman and had a kid, and he had a son named Sage Stallone. It was his oldest son, and I think the only kid. This is before the Bridget Nielsen marriage. Sage Stallone passed away. He passed away like 15 or 16 years ago. And Sage Stallone was also a filmmaker. He was in the movie, I think, Rocky IV and Daylight. And I don't know how close towards the end there, when he passed away, how close he was to his dad or not. That's not really the topic here. But Sage Stallone was close to my buddy who's going to come up. And I heard, like I said, Sage Stallone, he has a really good short film that's called Vic, and was a distributor. And maybe we could get into some Stallone stories, but I guess the Sage Stallone's mom, who would be the first wife of Sylvester Stallone, they had a storage unit of just his stuff sitting there. I mean, I guess he's passed away for like 16 years at this point. And my buddy is very well known within the kind of entertainment community because he's had the stores and stuff for selling VHSs and DVDs. So the story is he got the entire giant collection of Sage Stallone's VHSs, DVDs, laser discs, not Sylvester Stallone movies per se, of all, everything that was like Sage Stallone's collection, which is gigantic. And he's working with the mom to sell all the physical media. And he doesn't sell them for a whole lot. And this guy's also an actor and yada, yada too, stunt guy. He actually was a stunt coordinator of a recent Ryan Phillippe movie. We'll talk about that later. So he, is just, like, here's his thing. He's going to come on here. And if you're a physical media collector, VHS, DVD, Laserdisc, Blu-ray, I mean, this guy, he's a salesman. So he's probably not going to put up a Cash App that I'm aware of. But if people are looking to buy physical media, this would be the time to do it. He used to have a video store that we had a Live Evil DVD signing at years ago. And he's just a good guy who's got a lot of stories. So if anybody is interested in purchasing, I might be talking to like an audience of one, Jeremy M. Physical media that used to be owned by Sage Stallone. I was going to say Sage Stallone. There you go. How about that? That'll be this Friday. We'll talk about it. And he's just got a ton of interesting stories. And he's also worked for the Mr. X. So I made a response about the Leanne. I saw the unfortunate encounter between Rainbow Melon. And Rainbow Melon, I'd love to hear from you on Shark Hitters. I saw you going back and forth with Jim. You're welcome to call in. Also, I was a little slow getting out the newsletter because, there was so much going on this morning. I'm trying to move forward. I get a call from the San Diego attorney. There was some movement this morning, with a lot of movement, actually, with Spectrum. And you know what that's about. So that took up a lot of my morning this morning, too. The attorney calls me. We heard about that. We discussed that. I'm not going to say too much about it, other than that whole thing that they're trying to put down there in San Diego, silly. Just going to state this, that if something is dismissed, you're allowed to talk about it. Okay. End of story. But yeah, I mean, it was the thing with Rainbow Melon and all that this morning. I only saw a couple minutes of it, and Shark Hitter probably did the wise thing and hid the video. It's just unfortunate, you know. Sounds awesome, says Jeremy M. I had a feeling I would at least have. I mean, most people aren't into VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, but at least one person. I mean, I know that's a pretty unique story, but the guy who's coming up's a good dude too, and he's actually a filmmaker. He's been in a lot of films, a lot of movies over the years. I'm just. I got to be careful with what I say here because there's still kind of a relationship with them pending via what's going on. I got to be careful what I say. I almost don't even want to answer this, but I see the question. Let me just do this and just be smart. Something, I'll just say this because I don't want to ignore you, Donkey Dick, and I see your question. Something's going to come of this. That's all I could say. I'm not going to say if it's legal, monetary, yada, yada. Something's going to come of this. That's all I'm going to say. Don't worry about me. We're okay on everything here. I did see somebody last show mentioned something about LC's kids and dropped their names in a chat and were asking me. It might even have been in Johnny Yarbrough's channel. I was told about it later. I don't know those people. You know, Jim's wife's kids. I don't know if she's got one or two kids. Somebody asked me the question, asking names and this and that, and what about this and that. I just know she has them. I don't know anything about them. I know they're both adults. I've never met them. I couldn't tell you what they look like. I'm not looking into them. I just know that anybody over 15 could be served. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that. So there's that. Phone lines are open, 310-741-0845. I got the burner phone on me. I got through the news I wanted to go through. You're welcome to call in. You're always welcome to call in. Let's go bottom to top. Let me know if I missed anybody, Texas Granny. We'll go from the last one to the first one. This is the last one that came in. It was Dana Nicole. There she is, $50. There's Johnny Yarbrough, $10. There's Texas Granny, $20. There is Shelly from North Carolina. She's got the new hairdo. I like it. I mean, I'm not just saying that because, you know, she didn't do the Danielle Root thing. She actually went out and got it done. I'm not saying that because she sent me money. You know, I'm just saying it because I like the hairdo. And if I didn't like the hairdo, I'd probably say nothing. You know what you need to do, Shelly? You ever seen the movie The Crow? And you know how that little girl in The Crow who's like, she got her hair underneath, like shaved, like above like the back of your neck? I think you should put your hair up and like shave underneath your head. I mean, to me, even though it's not the 90s anymore, to me, that's cool. All right. Get that taken care of. Let me know. Miss Texas coming in, $20. Johnny Yarbrough coming in, $20. This pisses Jim off so much. It's a shame, but Texas Granny, $19.99. Jim, I saw your community tab post. You talked about waiting for a pin in the mail, then you showed $22 cash. You realize YouTube doesn't send pins to you in the mail anymore. I've said that on some other shows. You realize you're wrong there. That's not how they do things anymore. So that, to me, would lead me to believe that you're not monetized. Miss Texas coming in, $10. Texas Granny coming in, $20. Miss Texas coming in, $10. Rainbow Melon coming in, $10. Tingle Booze was here earlier, $10. Texas Granny, let me know if I missed anybody before the show started. Sometimes they don't always get it done correctly. I mean, that's how that works. So we've been over 250 strong here the entire time. You kept hinting that they would accept service and they aren't fans. So they wanted to know why they didn't like them. Good question. Well, that's the question that you guys are asking. I didn't know that, Donkey Dick. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I can give you a guess. Why would Jim not like them? Because their dad is the ex-husband. Does that make sense? Their dad is a guy that, and I don't use this word lightly, hates. Remember the guy that I interviewed? That's their dad. So I don't know this, but I'm guessing since their dad is who he is, that those kids are not, I'm just guessing, are not big fans of his. And if their residents are still there, they can accept. That's what people are saying. Yeah, I'm aware. Oh, Texas. I got them all. Thank you, Barbara. I should have asked Barbara. She knows what's up too. Yeah, Texas Granny's traveling, so she's going to be in and out. They got the curls on. Spud. Yeah, I don't even know who Spud Bugs is, but what if you had an ex-wife and she had kids, and you're the ex-husband you hate, and the kids like the dad, chances are they're not going to like the new husband. That would be my guess. That's the question you asked, or whoever asked. There's your answer. You know what I mean? And that's how it works. So let's get into the Cash Apps real quick if we could. I had to come off camera here. It's so hot. I got different fans on me. It's hot in LA. Don't have the air conditioning on. He can't afford air conditioning. He's got that woman paying for everything. Right. Yes. I admit it. Yes, you're 100% right. I'm broke. And what did you say that somehow well, who knows? Who knows who said that? It wasn't me. Let me say thank you to Mean Green twice, just 2 times over. She came in the other day. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that means, but I don't know what you mean. I got your message. Thank you. That's what I'll say. And you could feel free. You know what I'm talking about. Just contact me and then we could discuss more. Lashes and Tats coming in $20. Here's for a great show tonight. Thank you so much. By the other person came in $7. Lashes and Tats comes in $20. Jeremy M for the Mr. X, $5 from the Jeremy M. And Johnny Yarborough, thank you for coming in the other night too. There was a couple people who came in Saturday night. I haven't missed you. So we got that. Good. Okay. I'm trying to get through it fast because I didn't want to spend a bunch of time. I know you guys don't like this part, but I got to say thank you to some people here. It's only fair, right? Got to do it. Speaking of saying thank you, let me say thank you real quick to Allie coming in $5 on the PayPal. Thank you, Allie. And $50 from Texas Granny. She's out and about today. That's on the PayPal as well. I think we're caught up on everything. I don't think we have any Venmos to worry about. Woo! A lot of stuff going on, right? Yeah, Donkey Dick, I don't even know who Spud Bugs is. I'm not 100% sure who that is. There's been some people I know and some people that I talked to that they said that they were going to change their screen name. And I mean, maybe it was somebody that's just a fan over on Johnny Yarborough's. I'm not 100% sure. But, I got to be careful too because, I'm not trying to do the thing where I beat anybody up or, verbally. I mean, sometimes I went hard on Johnny's show Friday night and sometimes that needs to happen, but that's not really my goal in all this. It's just not what I like to do. It's not what I'm into, Yes, Lashes and Tats. Yeah. And Mean Green, catch up with me about, whatever I didn't fully understand. That's all I could see. So it's an old channel. It's somebody who's been in Johnny chat a couple times. Yeah, and I could be less aware of that person. Johnny knows who it is or something like that. I mean, that's very, very possible. So I talked about the Megan Lewis thing with Sam Hoger. I mentioned Gen X is not blocked in any way. Yes, I did. And don't blame it on Texas Granny. I did block Eric Foss a long time ago, like an ultra long time ago. So, don't blame Texas Granny for everything. Before I came back on YouTube, I started blocking people I just didn't want here. I'm not buddies with Eric Foss. Now, I don't hate the guy or anything, but I don't want him, if he's going to allow Jim to go up there and cut promos on people and all, I don't want to be part of it. I'm not a big fan of the drug dealer thing. I'm just good, and who's over there on Eric Foss's that by not having Eric here, am I missing out on? Like, what am I losing by having him blocked? You know, he doesn't like Tony SoFlo. And I mean, I blocked all those guys before I started. I don't think I blocked Angel Gotti or anybody like that. Johnny, I'm going to send you a link too. I usually do here, get you at least up here, see what's up. If you're around, you're welcome to come up. If you don't want to come up, you don't have to. And Barbara, I'm going to send it to you too, just in case if we need to send it out to anybody else. You got a Yahoo and a Gmail. I'm going to send it to the Gmail just so you have it. I don't like to put it in the chat. It's going to come from the gifts email. So look for that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mean Green. Because, yeah, I'm not 100% sure what that means. If you want me to talk about it, I will, but I don't know exactly what you're talking about. I think I do, but I'm not 100% sure. And if it's what I think you're talking about, I don't know if I want to talk about it. It's what I think it is. Yeah, I don't know. So here's another thing I promised earlier today. I promised that I will show my who's been blocked. And I'll tell you who I blocked, and I'll tell you if the other moderators blocked them. I mean, I don't give a shit. You can call it a part of the Mr. X show tonight, And I think that, there's no mod wars or mod issues. Every so often you hear YouTube channels or people going through this kind of stuff. That's not the case here. I mean, I had some things that I just asked the moderators to do. I mean, they don't owe anybody an explanation. I don't think anybody's really doing anything wrong here. But when people come in here and they start talking shit, the moderators, I mean, these aren't dummies. Rainbow Melon, Texas Granny, Barbara Buffalo. These aren't stupid people. I mean, they know, they've been doing it long enough that they know what I want. And it's so nobody's getting too big for their britches or anything. It has nothing to do with they're just, taking care of what I feel is the best to take care of the show. So I'm popping out of the chat real quick. Give me a second and I'll be happy to publicly share this to you. I don't think too many people will do this, but look, I don't know who Mariani is. Twin Mama I blocked. I don't know who Sullivan is. I don't know who Doo-Wop is. I blocked Melty Michelle. That's Michelle Meltdown. I don't know who this guy here, this Kazan guy was. I think I blocked him. This Big Dick Energy guy kept saying stuff. Junk was promoting somebody else. I blocked Eric Foss. I don't know who B Press is. John Coe, I heard, was promoting somebody else. I might be wrong. There's somebody's trash talking PZ here. Other, names. I don't know why that is. Fumble Nuts, Rhonda Hauser, I pre-blocked. Secret Mob, I don't know who that is. You can see I pre-blocked Snooks. No, Snooks put a period in there, and they know I don't want her. One of our moderators blocked him. I don't know. Norse Code is a hater. I pre-blocked them. I don't know who this Gotti the Fourth is. Pre-blocked him. I pre-blocked Watcher Crazy. Georgie Pool Sticks. There's Jim's. I blocked him. Big Head Tommy, who I've always liked, had been shit talking. I blocked him. I blocked Jimmy Crablegs. Sorry. I pre-blocked Big Ups. This guy who was talking about Tony Slowflow, I didn't want part of it. There's Tony Slowflow himself. I blocked him. D White, Mickey Bats. I don't even know who the fuck they are. Barbara Warren is a long known hater. Amber Triple H, I blocked her there's also SoFlo blocked him, and this Gringo guy, I don't even know who the fuck that is. So there is my hidden users. I said I'd show it. There it is. I'm not hiding from anything. We're not bullshitting around here. If I say we're going to do something, that's how it's going to happen. But I mean, I think what happens, Eric, is they come in here and if it's a hater, and they put a period in to see if they're blocked. And after all the stuff that went down with Snooks and I just don't want them over here. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not trash talking her. I'm not, I'm the situation with her. Was it Tommy or, I'm good. I've already been down that road and I'm just not interested, and that whole thing of the enemy of my enemy is my friend is what they think, because obviously, a couple of weeks ago, they said that Jim and I were going to be working together within the next couple of weeks. Well, they're wrong about that. I just don't want anything to do with them. So, and I think that hopefully, because I think people have been kind of coming hard after Texas Granny, and it's not her. It's me telling her or Barbara Buffalo or somebody else, hey, can you take care of this for me? Oh, yeah. I 100% agree, Barbara Buffalo. That's a very short list compared to most channels. And these haters know that I put a 2-hour marker up before the shows. And if it's a big show, I'll put a 2-day one up. So they got to be a subscriber for like 2 hours just to get one comment in. You know, we just don't want to deal with it. Kathy, I missed what you said earlier. And Johnny, I sent over that to you real quick. I don't know if you're out there, but if you are, that's it. I mean, that's what that was. It's not a big deal. It's not like anybody's hiding from anybody. One last quick little story. I thought this was fascinating. We talked about this on the OTT in the past. This is actually not too far, and I'm going to make a phone call, try to figure this out. The hotel that was used in the movie Joyride is up for sale. This is the motel that we talked about. Give me 1 second, Johnny. I'll bring you up in like 2 minutes. Just give me 1 minute or two, so I'll get through this quick little last story. Is the motel that was used in the movie Joyride is up for sale. This is the hotel or motel that we talked about with Ty Corbin in the past that was in that movie. The whole thing in the gas station is for sale. So there it is. Lone Star Motel in Wells, Nevada is up for sale. I heard it's fucking rundown and horrible. And I heard they're asking way too much money for it. And I don't think that Ty Corbin is anywhere in this area anymore, but man, that looks like a lot of work. Somebody's like, oh, they should restore it and save it. For who? Nobody's even on the fucking roads anywhere near it when the video happened. It's crazy. Johnny, you're here. What's up?
What's up? You wanted me to come on your panel. What's up?
So earlier today, you know, there was that situation that happened with Shark Hitter. I was just curious if you saw any of that. I mean, that was shenanigans.
I didn't see the whole show. I came in when I got the robocall. I'm still getting the robocalls and shit. And I came in there and I didn't see what was going on, but all I saw was him in the show real quick. That's all I saw. But there were people like I was gampsing at other people's shows and saying, I heard people saying that they were gonna strike his show because what Jim did over there and stuff. And
yeah, and I just heard about it. I didn't even really see. I was, like I said, I came in like the last couple minutes. I just heard screaming, and I was like, wow. I mean, I don't even think it was like 10 a.m. here or something like that. I was just turning my computer on. And then at the very end, I said, Shark Hitter, I'll come up, you know, and talk to you, but I don't want to get into a screaming match. And then as I was saying that, he was shutting down the show. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to beg to go on anybody's show. If he's shutting it down, fuck it. You know, now I'll probably hear something like, oh, Mr. X not allowed on his show or something. Who knows? And I actually heard from Coal Miner too, but he's in the chat as well here too. So what's up, Coal Miner?
Yeah. Hey, Coal Miner. Thank you for saying hi to me and PZ. I just want to say this too, Mr. X. I did that show last night and it was really beautiful.
Yes.
It was really nice. And now I'm starting to, you know, slowly but surely not move on, but you know, I want to get away. I don't want to I'm still going to miss my kid and everything,
right.
But I just want to move on with my life, to try to move on with my life instead of me pondering and swabbing over this whole thing. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I don't want to keep on, because I got a lot of people that are in my corner. Okay. And I got a lot of people that stands behind me, like Texas Granny, Barbara Buffalo, Mean Green, and everybody else. And it's just that I don't want, the hurt is always going to be there. My heart's always going to be there.
Sure.
But it's time for me to try to because I can't do nothing about seeing him right now. So basically what I'm trying to say is I'm going to miss him. I'll still love him dearly, but I'm going to miss him a lot. But I got to get back doing what I was doing before any of this happened, because there's a lot of people wants to see me go ghost hunting. There's a lot of people that want to see me do this and do that and do this and do that. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back, and I'm going to getting back in the program of doing what I was doing. You know what I mean?
So and this is what I would say too. Like, people always talk about like what's beyond after somebody passes. And if that exists, then you got to say that he knows about it and he's okay with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to look at it half full, that if there is something, and I don't know, I hope there is, I hope I'm wrong about that that he would be okay with that. I mean, maybe that's just wishful thinking, but that seems to be the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
So-
you know, Wendy's going to have my grandson like another 4 months. I don't know when her due date is, but me and Texas Granny's been talking. You know what I mean? And so
look, it's never too late to get PZ pregnant. What an asshole! What a fucking idiot.
Fucking donkey dick.
So here's the other thing. So this is why I wanted you to come up here too. First of all, like when I popped up on your show, like I didn't want to come up, but like, look at me, I'm at the Orange County Fair while you guys are doing your thing. So it's like I was up there for like 10 seconds, and then like I realized what was going on, and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. It would have been loud, and I was on mute, and I just came down. That's why I came down. And then later on, you guys, I think that was done with, and I was in the parking lot. I think Tonic was playing or something like that. I don't know. It was one of those bands. And then I think it was Mean Greens might have said, hey, like, hey, it's finished. Come back up. But then I came back up, and I was only up there for a couple minutes. But I was like already out of there at that point. So, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was going to say, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to, I'll wait till you're done. What were you going to say?
No, I'll wait till you're done. Go ahead.
Okay. So the other thing is, this weekend before I went to that fair, I went to that Goodwill. There it is. I got this at that Goodwill.
Wow.
The electronics, and it's one of the biggest Goodwills in Orange County. It's in Santa Ana.
Yeah.
And so they have it's a different, it's like two stores. They have like the thrift shop for the Goodwill, and they have one that's only electronics, TVs, cameras, everything you could think of, they fucking have there. It's insane the amount of stuff that they have there. Which, by the way, you know, everybody says that I am, you know, working for Hilton and washing dishes. I got my Home 2 Suites, my favorite hotel for Hilton. I like to wash dishes there. You can even see the thing on the bottom of it for the
barcode.
Yeah, green was 80% off, and I think blue was 50% off, and that was blue. But anyway, that if you're looking for air fryers or anything, that is a tremendous. Like, I didn't do a video from there, but you probably could. And there is another place that's actually right around the corner from that, a place called Spanky's. It's a porn shop. You ever heard of Spanky's?
Yeah.
Spanky's, and it's got their logo is a guy with like a real muscular arm and a real skinny arm.
Yeah.
You know, so that's actually, I don't think you could do any live from there, but so that was cool. And then of course, dude, that Orange County thing, the Orange County Fair that's closer to you than that Santa Ana Goodwill is. But I don't know. In some ways, I kind of like the Orange County Fair better than I did the LA County Fair.
Yeah, it seemed like the Orange County Fair is a lot more nicer and more structure and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, better weather. It's a little bit more posh. A lot of older people getting drunk around 5 or 6 right before the concert starting. Like the LA County Fair had a lot of younger people going to it. Like, I don't know if they're teenage or college, but dude, everything is tickets. Like, I was going to go play a game and I walked up to it and there was like 5 tickets. And I'm like, well, I gotta go fucking buy tickets to play this game. You know? So, I mean, and all the rides, and you know, it's like 5 tickets for $5, but all the rides are 6 tickets. Or like, it's like the big ride would be 11 tickets. So it's not like, I want to buy 5, this ride's going to be $5. You got to buy like more, and then you'll have an uneven amount. Right. I thought that was actually a pretty bright way to do it, but yes, yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know, like OC Fair is like the traveling fools type. That's the perfect way to put it. Where, you know, the LA County Fair is a little bit more Inland Empire, if that makes sense. So anyway, but I had a good time. Yeah. Remember they said Barbara Buffalo, I was cleaning the rooms? Sure. What would be wrong with that if I did? It's a job at least. How many jobs has Jim had in his life? That would be one more than he's ever had. They got silky smooth microphones. They got a lot of stuff. One of the things, Donkey Dick, that I wanted to find at this place, this Santa Ana place, and I had been there 22 years ago in 2004 when I moved here, is they have the old CRTV square televisions. Those are fucking hard to find, man. So I got one. I got one for $15, and then I got a monitor, like a computer screen monitor that can make it look like a television. I think for like $2 because it was 80% off. So you were talking about air fryers and stuff, records. That place has got all that shit. You got the video game. They had a full-on tall video game too, the arcade game.
Oh, really?
Yep. Ice Princess is here. What's up to Ice Princess?
Ice Princess.
She's a very nice lady. So anyway, yeah, we got a lot of stuff done. I mean, see, the LA County Fair, you almost have to like go out there and get a hotel, you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But, and then I did at the very end, I didn't even mention this, that buffet that's in Long Beach that we talked about with you before.
Mm-hmm.
I went there at the end.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went there last night. Right at the end. I didn't take any video or anything. I mean, I've been there so many times. That's like one of the best buffets. It's like $25. And it's I mean, they don't have crab legs or anything, but I mean, you could pay more for them. And they're only open, I think, till 7 or 8. That's why I was getting off the phone with you guys, because I was like, okay, I got to leave the Orange County Fair and get over there before it closes. You know, if you're only there for 30 minutes, they start closing shit down. But anyway, that's it.
That's
so
cool.
No, I'll show it. Give me 1 second, Johnny, and I'll show. Let me. I'm gonna go off camera. Give me 1 second, Johnny. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeremy M, Mean Green, Barbara Buffalo, Donkey Dick, Ice Princess? Who else is in here? Texas Granny, Eric Murphy, Allie, Shelley, North Carolina. How in the hell are you guys doing today? That's good if you're doing good.
It's fucking hot out there today.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you're trying to do a show with a mask on the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Jeremy, I'm like this kind of stuff here. Oh, I'm not on camera. That's not going to help. Can't show you anything if you can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
Like this. I'm out of breath already. This is a television. It just happens to be white. Like these old CRT TVs like this, I mean, you can't find them as much anymore. I mean, you can. A lot of the video gamers that play the old standard definition video games, they look better on these TVs than they do on the flat screen. And then a few other things that the Mr. X got. Like I was looking for something that I could use these speakers for. You can see the tag.
Yeah.
Remember, he said he's got cameras wired everywhere. Yeah, I see things like that I'm looking for. And then, like, if this is 80% off, it's like $2. I mean, I'm not going to use the camera. It's a prop. I could destroy it. Like, I could break the lens, you know, anything. So the stuff like that, something like this wouldn't be in a normal Goodwill. I mean, most likely it wouldn't be. So, anyways, you get the point.
I got the point very clear.
Yeah, that's it. So what's
Mr. X, I got a question to ask you, Mr. X. Were you going to still make me an opening? Oh, make me an opening because I don't have no more openings for my show.
At some point, yes, I would like to. I just don't know. Like, it seems like every time I try to start getting something done, like I'll give you an example this morning. I wake up, it's 10 a.m.-ish, 9:30, 10 a.m. I don't remember exactly what time. I get online and I see the last, like I'm starting to set up the show, and I see Rainbow Melon and Jim screaming at each other. Then I have a few people call me, okay? And then I end up speaking to Spectrum for an hour. I was at the carnival or fair last night, so I didn't set up any of the show, and then stayed up. I wasn't there super late, but I just didn't do it last night. And by the way, some reason there's something with that Orange County Fair that there's like a lot of crevices and cracks there. You know, if you're walking on a sidewalk and a sidewalk goes down and you misstep and you step down, like I felt like I pulled my back a little bit or something. Like I misstepped when I was there. Something weird. So my back was hurting. So I was like, I'm just going to take it easy. I'll set the show up tomorrow morning. I get up, there's yelling. This is how this day goes. Like, you know how Sam Hoger talked about noise? There's yelling. Then I get people contacting me. Hey, did you hear this? Did you hear this? You hear this? It's like, oh shit, this is everything I don't want to do. Then I talked to Spectrum for about an hour and a half. Then the attorney in San Diego contacts me. And by the way, he really wants to come on a show. The petitioner said. Then he said Jim called him and screamed at him. And then we were talking about some other things about shows and stuff like that. And I told him about the Thursday show after the hearing. Because I hadn't really had a full conversation with him. I said, I know that you didn't want me to 100% talk about it, but I had so many people reach out to me and ask me what's going on. I felt like I owed it to him. So yeah. I talked to him a little bit about that as well and about a few other things. Then what else was going on? Some other craziness. I talked to Betty Hayward for about 45 minutes and had a conversation with her. And I got to set everything up, edit, and I barely got everything done right before the show. So it's like let's just say I wanted to do it today. In theory, if I was going to do it today, I'm not saying that I was. The majority of my day was chewed up by fucking waste of time. Not Betty Hayward, but things in the past, like the stuff from laying pipe, that's in the past, but it's kind of affecting me now. And Betty Hayward in the scenario from the past, but she wants more information. She's able to give a little bit of information. The court case, which is over, but they're trying to still continue. Then the fight with Jim and Rainbow Melon and people calling me about it. It's just it kind of almost ruins the day. Then I start working on the show and okay, I hadn't even taken the footage from last night and uploaded it, put it on a computer to attempt to edit it. So it's let alone get any new footage. But what I was saying is there's a ton of things at that fair that you could go there and get footage, just 5 seconds, 3 seconds, that could be cut together, but you would need to compile that footage. It doesn't have to be at a fair, but it's there. I mean, for $20, you got 20 or 30 shots, $20 to get in, $15 to park. You could also park at the college across the street and walk over. It's even cheaper instead of parking in the fairgrounds, which I saw a lot of people doing. So, I mean, it's up to you. But at some point, yes, I'd like to do that. I haven't worked my way back to it yet. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Jeremy M says he loves old tech. It's kind of cool to watch new stuff on old tech. Yeah, I agree with that. So, I'm going to put something in the back chat. I don't want you to repeat this. Okay. I'm just curious if you know the answer to this.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, that was told to me today too.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah. So I had never heard of that, and it's pretty wild.
Oh wow.
There you go. And I'm being very careful here. I know you guys probably want to hear what I'm saying. I'm just going to say this. There's a rumor that somebody took an elective surgery. That's all I'm going to say. I think that's pretty safe to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't know what's true or what's not true, so that's why I don't want to say anything. So, Johnny, you're planning on coming again on live, what, Wednesday like you always do?
Wednesday.
When is the ghost hunting show? When does that happen?
I don't have no idea yet, Mr. X.
Yeah, well, my thing is, I mean, because if you try to use footage from streaming shows, it looks like shit. But if you have like didn't somebody send you a cheap GoPro or something like that?
Yeah.
Like if it's in a cell phone camera, sometimes depending on if it's like an iPhone or something, like you need clean off the air footage. And sometimes
I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do IRL instead of doing a live show. We're just going to do IRL and then come back and then put it on my computer and then go through it and see how it looks.
Well, isn't IRL in real life live? Isn't that what it stands for?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm confused too. I don't know, but you're talking about.
I'm gonna do like Cameron does. He goes out and he films himself,
like in real life, but live to tape.
Yeah.
Like, not live, but you're shooting it live. Okay, I understand.
Like how you take footage of the pig. Like how you took footage of the pig.
That's like I shot it to tape, live in IRL to tape. Let's put it that way. Yes.
PZ's talking about doing Gays on Patrol too.
Yeah, that would be a good one too, because we haven't done that in a while. This might be the time to do it because people are acting crazy out there with how hot it's getting. But all right, well, good. Let's plan on that. And then yes, I will at some point, somewhat soon. Give me a little bit of time here. I will. I said I would do one for you. It's just we got to figure out. You have to shoot something to give it to me that makes sense to a song that you could use. And I know it sounds like a lot. That's clean enough footage that I can cut it. Getting to the footage to me is not hard because it could be uploaded through Google Drive. It could just be sent to me remotely. But it doesn't need to be anything real complex. But I don't know what it would be yet. I mean, that's something we're going to have to talk about offline. But I said I would do one, and I will. So,
all right.
Thank you, Destiny Grant, for coming in $20 on the PayPal. I got that. I thank you for coming in on that. I'm seeing some text messages come in. This on the OTT in the past.
Oh, shit.
This is actually what happened.
I have you on my other computer. I have my keyboard my desktop computer went to sleep, so I hit the keyboard to have it came back on, and I didn't know it was gonna push play too at the same time. So you came on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I talked to my.
Go ahead.
What was I going to say? What was I going to say? Oh, I got to talk to my granddaughter today.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. She just wanted to talk to me. She said, "Hi, Grandpa."
She called in again, right?
Yeah,
she called in. I got your text message too. It makes sense. I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, she called. Yeah, she called in.
When are you going to see her again?
Huh?
When are you going to see her again?
I don't know. Probably tomorrow or the next day.
And Betty, I got your message too. Thank you for sending me that. Thank you for the update on that. God, there's so much, like all these different things. It's hard to concentrate. Like I'm trying to listen to you and see what's going on with you, but like people, I had all these fucking text messages and people sending me stuff. It's been a pretty crazy. I mean, it's kind of been quiet, but there's been like craziness going on around today. Yeah. And I heard all these different things about big shows and a monetized show and all these different. I didn't see any of that. What Jim was saying, he was going to have a monetized show, and it was the first ever. The only person who had a monetized show was Shark Hitter.
Yep.
And I thought he was already monetized. Like I didn't understand how he had his first monetized show, and he hasn't gone on live in a long time. So did he just finally set it up, or I don't know what happened.
It took him a little bit of time to set his money, to set his what was I going to say? It took him some time to get his monetization set up.
Oh, okay. I mean, it does take some time. I mean, they don't send you a thing in the mail anymore. But if you got other things going on, he was going to school and stuff, and it's just It's not a priority.
Yeah.
The grandbaby will bring so much joy to John. So the new grandbaby that's coming, do you have any kind of like, are you going to be there when it's born, or are you going to like?
Yeah, probably I'm going to be there. I know I'm going to be at that hospital looking at him. You know what I mean?
They should name him Johnny.
No, they're naming him Jarrett Jr.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, I can see that. People do that. I don't know. I was always, here's the thing. You hear about Jim having the same name as his dad, but technically they have different middle names, so it's not a junior. And then obviously I have the same birth date. And this is, I don't know, this is just my thing. I mean, I can understand in this scenario here why they would call, junior. But if I ever had kids, I would always want them to have their own name and their own birthday. I mean, it's a different scenario over there, and I get why they're doing what they're doing. I'm not shitting on it, but you want to have your own day. You want to. I think that I don't know if it could be timed out. I mean, maybe it could be. I think it might be getting too late for kids for me anyway. But you don't want to have it around Christmas,
right?
Or like the New Year's,
right?
Like it seems like August, September, October is like the perfect time to have a birthday. Right. Maybe early November. Then like up to like November 10th or 12th. After that, now it's Thanksgiving. Now it's Christmas. Hey, your birthday's December. When's your birthday? December? No, you just had your birthday.
I just had my birthday.
Yeah, I see. It's summer is good months too, but like if your birthday is in like to say December 12th, like you just get a birthday present and a Christmas present at the same time. They just fuck you over.
Yeah.
So you're saying Barbara is his second monetized show. Okay. All right. Makes sense. All right, Johnny, what else you got? I got through everything I was going to get through today.
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
We're going to see you on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
Did you tell PZ about the little trek over to the the Goodwill, the big Goodwill, the mega Goodwill?
Yeah, I might have to tell him to go there because he's a good guy and he came on panel yesterday, Mr. X.
Who, PZ? Oh yeah, I saw him because he was reading something when I came up the second time, and I could see it.
Oh, you know what he was reading? He was reading who got my son's organs.
Okay, see, but that's on the like your members only. See, I got to go back and watch that because, by the time I got home, and I probably ate too much when I went to that buffet, sat down, I think I watched some Dual Survival and I went to sleep. I didn't see any of that. And then as soon as I wake up, the fucking menace bullshit's going on again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just what a bad way to live. By the way, Ace's mama said she had twins on Thanksgiving. Wait, I had my twins on Thanksgiving on my son and my son on the 4th of July. Okay. Well, I think I would rather have the birthday near the 4th of July than on Thanksgiving. I don't know. That's just me, but I don't think you can control that. But yeah, I mean, it's just constant chaos, and I'm just not down with it.
Right.
I have a feeling that's going to slow down, though.
Yeah, you're right. But no, I've got nothing else, Mr. X.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to wrap everything else up.
All right, Mr. X, thank you.
All right, get out of here. Tell PZ I say what up.
Okay.
Get out. Get out. Get out of here. Fucking asshole. What an asshole I am. Yeah, Allie. I mean, it's not something I want to deal with. What? And then now I say that, and everybody basically just saying, Mr. X, you're an asshole. My son was born on Thanksgiving, and my daughter on St. Patrick's Day. Now, St. Patrick's Day, I think I would rather take than Thanksgiving too. And I don't know if you know about the St. Patrick's Day. We talked about it before on the OTT, but that parade they have in New Orleans, the Irish-Italian parade. That's one of the – actually, Jim was at one of those parades. That's where they throw all the vegetables for the soups and all that kind of stuff. That's right around St. Patrick's Day. It's like one of the last parades of the season. That's a phenomenal parade in New Orleans. And it's like a family one too. So it's like anybody can go to it. Now, I've never really been to any of the New Orleans parades that like show titties or anything like that. I mean, maybe I went to one. I think it's Crew to View. Every one is Crew, Krewe, of something like Crew of Nyx, crew of Cleopatra, crew of Endymion, whatever it might be. And some of the crews, like Nyx, is all women. Zulu, crew of Zulu, that's the black one, I heard there was an Asian one. Crew of wonton soup. Crew of China buffet. Think of some other racist terms. You know what else there isn't? And I'm not 100% sure about this. I got to look this up. Are there any gay crews in New Orleans? Are there any gay, and I bet there are, KREWE in New Orleans? And the reason these crews exist is they're kind of like social clubs, and sometimes they're all women. I've seen ones that are all black people. Yes, New Orleans has several predominant gay and LGBTQ plus crews. I didn't know this, and I lived there. Crew of Pontonius is founded in 1961 as the oldest surviving gay Mardi Gras crew in New Orleans, famous for traditional tableau and deep community roots. And crew of Arminius, 1968, operates as one of the largest gay crews. See, and the other thing is they have like balls and galas. Well, balls is probably like, let's just say parties. Let's not say balls. They have these parties, and they're almost like the Met Gala. And people wait all year to be king or who's going to be the princess, and they dress up. It's almost like a prom. So a lot of them are real high society stuff too. So, but they, every ethnicity, like I said, I've never seen an Asian one. Are there any, well, we asked the question, let's see if are there any Asian crews? It's a good question. Yes. Yeah, there are. Crew of Fantasia and crew de Bon Gras. Never fucking heard of that. Oh, one of them was founded in 2022, which would have been after the Mr. X left. Makes sense. So, all right, Texas Granny. So, Texas Granny, can you call in real quick before we wrap it up? Because I wanted to talk to you about that blocking thing. I talked about it before while you were gone. We're kind of wrapping it up here. Got through everything. 310-741-0845. We talked about Gen X, and she was here earlier in the show in the chat. She's not always here, but she is not blocked. We showed everything. Yeah, call in 310-741-0845. We'll wrap everything up here in a second. I got through all the super stickers, super chats. I appreciate everybody who's coming. I'm going to come off camera. Yeah, and thank you guys for supporting and sticking with Johnny too. I got to get back and watch that. Although, that the funeral stuff and all that stuff's not up my alley, but I will go back and check that out so I could be a little bit more informed. But me, whenever I'm traveling around, it always ends up taking a little bit out of me. It's probably not too smart to travel around and then, eat a buffet and go to fairs. You there, Texas Granny? Yep. All right, hold up. Let me see. Where are we at? Texas Granny is on the phone. Do I have it?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Hold on, but I'm looking for your name so I can bring it up. Bang! There it is. Okay, what's up? We're live.
Nothing. You told me to call, so
yeah.
I did.
Thanks for calling. I know you're out and about. Cell signal sounds good. So you didn't block any of these people, right? There's been this thing that people are saying you're blocking people.
Absolutely, I did not.
I mean, you like a lot of these people.
Yes. And every time I block, I always send the channel person a copy of it. You go. This is why.
How many people are you modding for now?
Johnny, Shark, you.
But you were over on Shark. Did you see that whole debacle over at Shark Hitters today?
I left. I seen the beginning. I got mad and I left.
Ugh. Why would Shark Hitter allow that? Like, what's the point?
I don't know. He let Jim sit there and talk about my dead son-in-law.
See, I didn't even know that.
On and on, yeah.
And so, I mean, obviously, you're like a managing moderator over there.
Yes, I am.
So, I mean, why would he bring a guest up to shit all over a managing moderator?
I have no idea.
And I just think that I don't think Shark Hitter's like a vindictive guy or anything. I don't think that was probably planned. I just think that he's another one of those guys like Johnny was a couple months ago. He didn't want to be in the middle, or a month ago, didn't want to be middle of it, wanted to be cool with anybody. Everybody doesn't want to be attacked either. But then if you do it and you don't stand your ground, you get shit all over or get struck in the process.
Exactly. He's going to get Shark Showdown that he just got monetized not long ago. And I like Shark Hitter, but I won't stay on the show like that.
Yeah, we like him. I mean, the guys, we've never had a problem with them.
Right.
Oh, he sent a robocall. Okay, I think somebody mentioned that earlier, Barbara Buffalo. I don't even know if I was up. It must have started really early or something, like 9 or 10 or something.
I just happened to catch it, and I went over there, and I thought, good, he went live, you know. I was going to send the super sticker, and then he said Jim's coming on, and I waited to send one, and so then I changed my mind. Thought, okay, I'm not going to send one.
And then how long, because I didn't see, like I said, I was only there for like the last couple minutes of like the shouting and screaming. How long did this go on where Rainbow Melon and Jim were shouting at each other?
Oh, quite a while. Rainbow tried to say some things, but Shark wouldn't mute Jim. So it was hard to hear what Rainbow was saying.
Everybody's saying hello to you in the chat if you can't see it, but
hello, everybody.
Ice
Today's
Princess.
my anniversary.
What? How many years?
47.
What? You got married when I was a baby?
Yes.
Wait a minute. How old were you when you got married? 12?
No, I wasn't that old, honey.
You're not that much. You're not even old enough to be my mom, though.
I was 20 when I got married.
You're 67?
Yes.
Why do I keep thinking you're 57?
I know. It's nice. Thank you. I told you I had kids.
Well, I mean, technically, you are old enough to be my mom. I've said like 20 times you're not old enough to be my mom, but you are. You could be 20 years old and have a kid.
That's true.
Oh. Well, I kept saying that, and I was wrong. Well, now you got Allie and everybody saying happy anniversary, Ice Princess and this and that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I'm assuming before age 20, you were never married before.
Nope, only been married once.
That's like my mom, too.
Yeah.
My mom always, because they call her, you know, if instead of Mrs., or they would always call her Miss, and she would always correct students, say, no, it's Mrs. MRS, because he still loves me. But she used to always say that. She always, or Ms. And like, no, like that would be one thing she would teach in school. I mean, that's crazy that like two things my mom would teach. I know this is going to sound stupid, but sixth graders don't know this apparently in 2020. I don't know what year she stopped teaching, maybe like 2017, 2018. They don't know how to tell time with like a regular clock, like the clock with a hand. Okay, so that's number one. And they don't know how to write a letter. Like not an email, but like here's the return, here's where you put a stamp, here's how you like a snail mail letter. So she would make them like this is an English teacher who's teaching them these basic things. And then the other one is they don't know, and then this is a big thing: Miss, Ms., Mrs. Miss Texas is MISS Texas. You know, there she is right now, and she's saying happy anniversary too. I'm assuming Miss Texas MISS is single, but sometimes women say Miss MISS because they don't want you to know if they're married. They could do that. Where Mr. See, that's what women get pissed. Like, why is there 3 for women and Mr. could be anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why is women say like Ms. is the one I'm not going to tell you, and then Mrs. is I'm taken, and Miss is like I'm not married, but I'm not going to tell you either. But we don't know.
Yeah, I've been married forever.
Well, good. You're still married. You're still having a good time.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Still happy.
And then speaking of that, Amanda coming in from Texas. Love the Texas granny. Hi, everybody. She's back. That's Amanda coming in.
She's a sweetheart.
She's a very nice lady. Now, make fun of her for having a job. You know?
Yeah. She's wonderful. We have a great group there.
Yeah, there's a good group.
People need to be attacked.
Well, and here's the other thing. The other thing that saddens me is there's a good group that's like still over there with Jim.
Yes.
And I believe they're still watching here. That's why I have the numbers that I have. They are watching, and they don't want to cross that picket line because they're worried they're going to get attacked, or they don't, it's like just cross the picket line. And if you're going to get attacked at some point, you would get attacked anyway. And especially if you're in a different country, like you can like Eric Murphy goes over there. He's not getting attacked. I mean, that's fine. Go over there.
Exactly.
Nobody here is upset about it. Thank you, Amanda, for that, by the way.
I don't care where they go at all.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know, but
well, I tried to be very neutral with him. I left. I was quiet. Didn't say a word. I just left. And then he chose to attack.
It's unfortunate.
So now it's my turn.
Oh, it sounded like I was a mass murderer. How you said that?
I know.
Yeah. And now it's you sound like that lady from Misery. Anyways, look at this. Ice Princess brings up a good point. In the South, all ladies are considered Miss. That's a good point. You're right. I didn't even think about that.
She's nice too. I'm glad she came.
Every time I think about Ice Princess, I think about that time she won a drawing and I mailed her something. And no, I don't have her address anymore. Fucking haters. And I always want to say that she got the aborted baby, but I think she got something else.
Oh, I can't remember what she did.
I don't know. She always corrects me. Like I always say, like, did she? Oh, it's the Belle V, baby. I thought she got that, which is like the most. Maybe it wasn't aborted baby. Maybe it was like the some crazy story with Belle V. Belle V.
Invisible. That's not the word. I can't think of what it was.
Yeah, she got something. And
yes.
Yeah.
She's sweet too. And see, she was gone for a while. Now she's back. So I'm glad.
Oh, she got the first mask. She has the tan or blue mask.
Oh, that's neat.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, she has the blue mask. There's some dickhead out there, Ice Princess, dressed as Mr. Expose You is like the thing, and he's got that blue mask on. I mean, I'm assuming it's a guy. It's some guy impersonating me, and I've struck that fucking channel 20 times for impersonation, and they've done nothing. Yep. Oh well.
I've struck it too.
So at least Ice Princess has the mask. Well, at least that was something cheap to ship because the thing wasn't very heavy. But those things are like I remember I got 3 of them. I got a tan one, I got a black one. I think I ended up getting 2 black ones, and then I ended up just only wearing the black one. And then I had the blue one, and the blue one I think is the first one I ever wore, and I sent it to her.
The black one looks best.
Yeah, that's why I started. It was the tan mask. So I must still have the blue mask somewhere in the. I bought like a chest to store all the stuff that I've used over the years, all the backdrops, and I got to start bringing some of those old backdrops up. And I keep getting neon signs. Yeah, it's a lot.
I love that sign you got too.
Neon sign says success. Yes. Yeah, I like it. So, well, whoever lost that to a thrift store probably is not very successful.
Probably not.
No,
you deserve that.
I take it. Yes, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. The translucent baby. Thank you. That's
what it was.
No, somebody got that translucent baby. Why do I say aborted baby? A translucent baby. Yeah, that was the baby that was like see-through. Oh, that story gave me nightmares.
Me too.
And I'm the one stupid enough to ask the question. I just got chills thinking about it. Anyway, all right. Well, so we got that all figured out. Yeah, if anybody ever thinks that you Texas Granny or Barbara Buffalo or Rainbow Melon did, just email me or to call me, and they're not out to hurt anybody. Now,
me neither.
Did you get anything special for the anniversary or no?
No, I didn't. My husband wasn't feeling well, so we haven't went out yet.
What does he think about Jim?
Not much.
Oh.
Piece of garbage. Why'd they ever follow him in the first place,
What does he think about the Mr. X?
Oh, he likes you. I've said nice things about you.
Okay. All right.
You're like my son.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, now I'm getting a call from Pennsylvania. Let me grab this other call, see who this is. Okay. And I'll catch up with you later.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Get out of here. Yeah. What's up?
It's Marzi.
Oh, it's Marzi, girl. Are you kidding me?
What?
I haven't heard from you in a long time. What's up?
Oh, I was just calling out of respect because I received a phone call this evening. Apparently, there was some issue at Shark Hitters today. I didn't even know. I don't watch it. And the person, who I'm sure you know who it is, called me and told me about it and said that a bunch of his people were being blocked and that I am a mod at Shark Hitters, which now that I think about it, yeah, I think he did make me a mod. He never took me off.
Okay.
And that Jim himself was blaming Texas Granny and Barbara Buffalo, and Shark Hitters said, no, it's not them. So and it's not Rainbow Melon. That's his third mod. So the only other person that it could be is me.
Well, you're not a moderator over here. What show are they saying you're a moderator on? Shark Hitters?
Shark Hitters, yes.
I didn't even know you were a moderator over there.
I mean, I think he made me a mod like a long time ago when he first started his channel.
Yeah.
And he just never took my mod away. And I mean, the last time I was over at Shark Hitters was when Johnny's son died. And I went over and just, because I wasn't catching Johnny's shows live. So since I saw Shark Hitter was on, I said, can you just let Johnny know that I send my condolences? And that was it. And then I left.
I haven't seen you in any chats or anywhere in a long time.
Right.
Why? Why is that?
I guess I've turned a corner. I don't know.
I mean, there is some stuff on the OTT, but like you're not in my opinion, in the Snooks category. I mean, I see a lot of people over here, by the way, Marzi, and I'm sorry, saying hello, Marzi, over and over again in the chat, if you could see it. So you're not blocked here. You're welcome to chat here. Obviously, I'm taking your phone call. I mean, if I had a problem with you, I wouldn't pick up. But
are you still on?
Yeah. You didn't know?
No.
Yeah. No, you're live right now. I just got off the phone with Texas Granny. No, you're live. We're live right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, guys. But yeah, I didn't want you to think I was being disrespectful. I just kind of popped in the chat because I felt the need to tell everybody that I haven't been over at Shark Hitters except for when Johnny's son passed, and before that, I don't even know when. And so I certainly was not the person who was blocking people over there too.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let me ask you this, because I haven't heard from you in a long time. It's nice to hear from you. I'm glad that you called. I mean, you're always welcome to call me. I mean, you know what happened 5 weeks ago. Obviously, it sounds like you're pretty up to date to what's going on here. When's are you talking to anybody from streaming? Are you talking to anybody that's out there? The gay Steve, anybody like that?
No, I'm not talking to anybody.
When's the last time you talked to Steve?
Oh, it's been a little while. I think it's just better for me to distance myself from all of it. I mean, bottom line, I am a member of Angel Gotti's.
Oh, you're over there.
Yeah. And her format has changed, and I'm really enjoying it. And I don't have people coming at me saying nasty, vile things about me.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was kind of the MO of how Jim does business, you know.
Yeah, well, so, you know, I mean, it's just more comfortable for me. My whole reason for going to YouTube for live shows was to enjoy and relax and listen and maybe join in. And
sure, I understand.
You know, I certainly didn't want to be in the middle of all the brouhaha.
Well, I mean, you started, you kind of got yourself in the middle of it a little bit. I mean, you started doing blankets, you started coming on shows. I mean, it was a lot of good stuff. You know.
Yeah, I did just say, and maybe join in. But I had no intention of like getting in the middle of all this craziness, and it happened. And
well, that's a real basic trick of Jim's. I mean, not necessarily in your case, but just overall, like if he can't get what he wants, he pits people or attempts to pit people against each other. Mr. X doesn't like you. He told me off the air he hates you. I'll tell you on the air, not necessarily like he was saying that about Sam Hoger. I'll tell you on the air or off the air exactly what I'll think of anybody. I'm not hiding from anybody. Well, I need to tell Jim stuff in confidence or something. It's ridiculous.
Right. So, and I mean, now you're right. I know what's going on between you and him.
Okay.
I'm not following everybody and the whole entire saga, and I don't need to.
No, yeah, no. I wouldn't suggest getting in the middle of it. The only thing about Angel Gotti is like I don't dislike the lady, but the whole stuff with SoFlo and then kind of her lying about the grave. I mean, that put it over the top for me to not. I mean, I don't hate the woman or anything, but that put it over the top. Like, yeah, I'm good. She's not blocked here. If she called in, I mean, I'd take her call. I don't like, but I would really never have anything to do with her again.
Well, let me. I mean, I'm just going to say what I'm going to say.
Good, yeah.
I'm not like simping for her or any whatever.
Fine.
But first of all, SoFlo's not even a discussion over there.
Well, he hasn't had a show in weeks and weeks and weeks, but.
And well, I think he's over on Rumble now. But anyway.
Yeah, I didn't even see. That's how little I knew. I said, you know what? I haven't heard anybody talk about him. And then I looked and I saw that he hadn't had a show in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, maybe he's in some deported country. I didn't even know.
And as far as Edna's headstone is concerned, of course, was I side by side with Angel? No, I was not.
Right.
I wasn't like right next to her. But apparently there was one of Edna's friends that was supposed to contact Angel or maybe the guy, the funeral director, I don't know, to tell her that the headstone was put in. And she didn't get the phone call until later on that day or the next day, something like that. But it's no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, in the biggest schemes, I mean, the only thing she was guilty of is she was saving the information for a show, and she white lied about it. It's not like she lied something horrible. It's going to get somebody arrested or put in a court case or anything. I mean, she didn't do. It wasn't that bad, but it was. I mean, a lie's a lie. She did lie about it, but
I guess you and I can agree to disagree on that because I don't care if she was saving the information for a show. I donated as well.
You did?
Not much.
How much?
I loved Edna. She was a sweet woman.
Yeah, everybody liked Edna. Sure. I mean, I liked her too.
As well. So I threw my $5 in.
That's it?
And I don't care if she knew on Tuesday and waited to tell us on her Wednesday show. In my opinion, she did absolutely nothing wrong. People donated money. She sent that money for the headstone. The headstone is in. There's no issue. Not in my opinion.
Well, I think the way for you to clear all this up is for you to go ahead and make a phone call, and you call up Steve and say, listen, I spoke to the Mr. X. He forgives you.
What?
Hey, you call up Steve and you say, Mr. X forgives you.
No. I won't.
And Steve, the best way to make up for the Mr. X is, to right all the wrongs, send him like, $1,200.
No.
$1,200. It's not going to hurt him. He's got a lot of money.
This does not involve.
That's what you could do, and then maybe you get a little snippet. You get Steve sends me $1,200. And I send you like 20.
No.
10. Okay, 25.
To do with that.
Why? Remember when he was sending you steak dinners and all that stuff?
No.
And I was eating ramen noodles, and you were getting steak dinners.
Mm.
Wasn't even fair to me. What about Bob? You talked to him lately?
We text back and forth.
So you do talk to people.
Huh?
You do talk to people. I mean, talking to people could be text, email.
But not about any of this.
Okay, what about this?
Any of this.
What?
My whole purpose of calling you right now was to be respectful and say, listen.
Well, no, I appreciate it.
I went in your chat just to explain myself. I didn't come in to cause any problems. I didn't know how you were going to feel about it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You hear how I am. It takes a lot to piss me off. I'm not even upset at Angel Gotti. It's just, time heals all wounds, as they say. I'm not upset at you. I got no problem with you. I got no problem with Steve. I got no problem with those people. It's just, here's what ends up happening. A lot of the times, there's good people, and I believe you're one of the good people. I don't think you're a hater or anything like that. Jim gets people into weird situations, and if they're upset at Jim, then I'm out, even if I like the person.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, and like, so like what Jim did on Shark Hitters to Steve was fucking horrible.
Uh-huh.
It was horrible. And I was pissed about it. You have no idea how I was pissed about it. So, I mean, it's over with. It's water under the bridge. But like, yeah, I mean, there's no problem with you calling in. I'm not mad at you or anything.
Okay.
But you are texting the Bob. I mean, is there anybody else you're? Because I haven't talked to you in a long time, so I want to hear, what's been going on and who else you've been talking to.
No, not been talking to anybody else.
What about the Mr. X being a winner?
Oh, your court case.
Yeah, what about that? I mean, there's some congratulations in order, I think.
Heard that. Congratulations on that. Although, even if they did grant that, what is it, restraining order?
Yeah.
Like, when are you ever going to be around?
Never. I mean, I said I would talk about it one time. It might come up here and there afterwards, but like the chances. First of all, I didn't even know what he looked like until like I could barely see what he looked like. Then somebody sent me a picture that we entered into evidence of what he looked like, and it was on like Facebook or something. That was after the first hearing. I couldn't even see what he looked like in the first hearing. It was so small. Then I was the first time I ever saw what he looked like. Bob, the picture Bob posted is more clear than any picture I've ever seen of him. Like I have no idea. Like if I would have walked by him at a convention, I would have no idea. I'm not looking for him. I don't want to speak to him. I don't want to have anything to do with him. Like if I walked by him at a convention, I wouldn't even know who he was.
Right.
They obviously know what I look like.
I do want to say something.
Go ahead.
I'm choosing my words very carefully, although I'm sure I'm going to suffer for this. But for all the people, and I'll say that are following you right now and not Joe.
Sure.
That are going through his wrath, quote unquote.
Yeah, sure.
That you're going through what I went through. And a lot of you piled on what he was doing with me. So I just want you folks to know I have no intentions of doing that to any of you.
Well, hold on. Now, I understand what you're saying, but here's the but part of it. Like, for example, you ever see, I talked about that movie, What About Bob?
Yeah.
Okay, remember that part where Bill Murray goes, I'm here, and he's like, you need to leave. He goes, I need, gimme, I need. You needed and you got a lot of stuff. So I think there's a difference between you getting stuff and then getting the wrath because Jim didn't feel like you were performing like a monkey, and then Texas Granny doing nothing wrong, and then being attacked. I'm not saying that you should be attacked because you received, but like, it's not the same scenario.
Well, it's not going to be exactly the same scenario. And what I'm talking about is when he was like calling my son and people are egging him on.
But Watch Her Crazy called your son way before that, and you were on panels with her afterwards.
She apologized.
Oh my, you don't Watch Her Crazy's apologies are worth about as much as one of my farts. It means absolutely nothing. You're not a dummy. You got a master's degree. You're not a stupid woman. You know that woman's fucking hollow as hell.
I'm not a dummy. Thank you for pointing that out. But forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for me.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, if you take it that way, but I mean, I look at it like this. I mean, I always go back to how to win friends and influence people, and that number one way is sincere and honest appreciation. That woman's not honest, and she's certainly not sincere. I could take what's her name's lie, Angel Gotti's lie, because it was to benefit her show, and it wasn't. But like, okay, like that's not that big of a deal. It's like on the scale of lies, it's not that horrible. But like, this woman, Watch Her Crazy, she's a terrible human being. And you were over there with Leanne, who's also a piece of garbage. I had to sue that bitch. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, and I'm not even upset that you were over there with them, but Lean Ann, she's going to post things every single day. And it's not your fault because you went over there or were looking for a place to go, but you have to realize those are not good people. Mr. X is a good person. I mean, I don't even think Leanne is as bad as Watch Her Crazy. Like, Watch Her Crazy is way worse than Leanne. Leanne's just a dummy.
Like, I haven't even talked to Leanne in God knows when.
Why would you?
I did hop up on her show one night. I guess it was maybe about a month ago.
Yeah. I mean, here's talking to Leanne. I can mail you some wallpaper and you'll have a better conversation with a wallpaper than Leanne. I mean, the woman's fucking annoying. That's why her husband's going around doing what he's doing. And he's sick, allegedly.
Well, you know, I don't have an issue with her, but I'm not in any of this mess that's going on now. I have respectfully backed myself away. But when I got the phone call tonight, and actually the way he said it was that Shark Hitter was the one out there saying I was the one over in his show.
No, I don't. What I saw was Shark Hitter. This is what happens with Jim a lot. Shark and like people who are not, and I don't want to, Shark Hitter's not a pushover, but like in the YouTube, like they're scared to stand up to Jim, and he just stays quiet. And he just stays quiet. Then it goes back and forth. Like the way to host it is like Jim says, okay, Jim, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to talk. And then I'm going to give Rainbow Melon a response. Jim, I'm going to mute you. But if he mutes Jim, he knows that Jim's going to attack him. And it's not like at this point, I mean, there's any money following Jim around or anything. I mean, for God's sakes, Texas Granny was about to send Shark Hitter some money. And she didn't because Jim was on there. And this guy's trashing people. So I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that you called, though. I'm glad that I talked to you. I mean, you're always welcome to call in or, be a part. But I'm just telling you, some of those people out there, I'm excluding the Jim situation. Leanne, and I had to sue Leanne or put her in a copyright claims board suit. She's a liar. Watch Her Crazy. I had to put her in her situation. She didn't show up in Vegas. And then, of course, Watch Her Crazy's doing what, like, you're in much better spot being with Angel Gotti than with Leanne and that other idiot.
Right. Well, if I can just finish what I was saying real quick. I didn't automatically believe that Shark Hitter would say that because
he's in the chat right now.
I don't. I don't have you on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because I was going to sleep and I thought, hey, I don't know if he got my message or not. So, because I know that I've not had a problem with him and he's not had a problem with me. I just wanted to get it out there. I don't need to be pulled back into this stuff again.
Okay. Well, no, you're not. I tell you this, you're not the old Jim Terry TV OTT people or people who left later on or whatever, or somebody who like, even like the guy or the guys and girls like De-Icer or Melissa who like just were gone from it from a long time. Yeah, none of those people are going to be attacked by me. I'm not attacked. Like when have you ever heard me attack you? And I might have said, "Oh shit, she's over there on Leanne's." Like, but I'm talking about you. But like, I never like dug into anybody or called anybody. But I would call out the hypocrisy that you're over there with that fucking lowlife Watch Her Crazy, and she's the one who initially called your son, which took you off of streaming for a while. So I might say something like that, but I wasn't like trashing you or anything.
Right.
Not that I remember, at least. But then again, I don't have recall on all these shows. Somebody will tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, it's been 4 years? I mean, this is insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, I'm praying for you. I mean, are you working or what?
Oh yeah. Summer is not as busy as the school year.
Now,
so,
have you decided to cross the barrier? Because there was a time frame where you said you were only taking in white students and you wouldn't take any Asians or blacks.
Don't start that.
Jim told me that.
Yeah. Don't start that shit. I did get an offer at an additional opportunity, but I'm not going to go into it because I really don't want phone calls made.
No, I understand. Well, you're a very good teacher. I know you've been doing it for a long time. Is there any way you can teach Watcher of Crazy's eye to be straight? I mean, is there any tricks to that or no?
X. I just said I don't want to get in the middle.
I got confused. Okay, you're right. I got confused. Well, calls. Do this.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm having a good time. I don't like the noise, and I don't want to waste my day. I felt like I got the on stuff with Jim, and I don't want other people around me who aren't even involved with this, who aren't even involved, like girlfriends and other friends, being harassed, and they're not even part of it. It's just dumb. I don't want to talk about his wife. I don't want to talk about the kids over there that are adults. I don't want to get into it. And I know the people that like me don't want to hear me go back and forth with him. But one thing I'm going to do is stand up for myself, and I'm going to tell you just true stories. I'm just going to tell you stuff that's true, why I believe the way that they are. But I'm not making fun of him. Like, for him to do that to Sam Hoger, like, that's ridiculous. That's the quintessential business interference. Now, that didn't stop Sam Hoger from wanting to do this, but it's like he's looking like an idiot.
That's real quick. Another thing that Angel's doing, she's doing a lot of interviews.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's good.
You're not really into the true crime.
No, I'm not into mob community. I'm not into true crime. Now, like, if I could get somebody that was there with Jeffrey Dahmer or something like that, sure. But like, I'm more into movies, pop culture, that kind of stuff. I don't want to do an interview on a subject that I can't get excited about.
Like, I don't know. Not all of her interviews are these type of people, but I don't know a lot about men that were in the mob, okay?
Sure.
But she's had interviews with some of their daughters. And it's just interesting to me, like what these women went through growing up in a household with a father like that.
I hear you. Well, let me do this, because I got to wrap it up here. And catch up with me. I want to say thank you to everybody that come in for the super stickers and super chats. But we went about 3 hours here, but I'm going to let you go. Can I let you go? Yeah. Call me if you need me, and then we'll go from there. All right. Thank you, Marcy. Get out of here. She didn't even know we were live. My bad. Okay. And I want to wrap it up, but thank you everybody who came in on the Cash Apps. I appreciate everybody. That's pretty much all it is. We can go back and forth all day, but I'm glad to hear from her. I don't, water under the bridge and all that kind of stuff. But I never had an interest in the mob people. No, you had interest in the people that were just there, and I can understand that. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of Mr. X News Network. We are going to see you on Friday. Try not to fight out there too much. We'll see you real soon. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm sorry to cut it short, Margie, but I got to go. I'm going to miss the gym. What's the matter with you? We'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much. See you.
Thank you for watching Mr. X News Network.